just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour off the bat.
Big G ringing the bell. His first homer of the season, his second RBI in as many games.
BD1 Price Cleaners is now open in Brookfield, West Allis, Greendale, and Kenosha. That's right, you now have any garment dry cleaned and pressed for just $3. No guesswork, no surprises. Just $3 to dry clean any garment at CD1 Price Cleaners. Open 24/7 in Brookfield, West Allis, Greendale, and Kenosha, and coming soon to Shorewood and Wauwatosa. Save 70% on your dry cleaning bill with CD1 Price Cleaners. Proud partner of the Brewers Radio Network.
From the postgame to the morning show, there's no rest for baseball for Dominic Cotroneo, our Brewers 360 guest every Monday at 8:45 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Cooper Pratt and this team loves defense. Cooper Pratt's a big league shortstop right now. I mean, Cooper Pratt was a big league shortstop defensively last year. I mean, that's a big league shortstop.
Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Cannon and Dumphy, and Ridgetop Exteriors. You're going to want to pay attention to this.
Struck him out looking.
On the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
That was filthy. We await the Brewers to take the field before Game 2 of this longest homestand of the season for Milwaukee. Boy, did they start with a bang last night, winning in 10, 2-1 against the Miami Marlins. They try to clinch the series here today, and here comes Shane Trowan, first out of that dugout, out onto the diamond. Wrapping up the On-Deck show, built by Menards. Roof update brought to you by Big Fish Contracting. We're going with what's been for the last couple of seasons, the standard day game roof setup, where the roof is closed over right field, but it is open over center field and left. So that's how we are constructed here today. Big Fish Contracting, with decades of experience providing roofing, siding, and windows. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry. Throwing to beginning to warm up. We'll take a drive around the league. A lot of the Central already in action here this afternoon. It's presented by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. First and foremost, the Cubs have a big lead against the Twins. That game now in the bottom of the sixth inning. It's 5-1 Chicago as they scored early and often against one of the Twins' aces, Taj Bradley. 5 runs in the first 3 innings, and Matthew Boyd's been very good on the mound in Game 2 of that series. Brewers 6 games ahead of the Cubs coming into the day after the Twins won Game 1 of that set. Well, the Pirates have already won Game 1 of a doubleheader in Cleveland. Remember, they had the air quality issue yesterday, forced that series to start today with 2, and the Pirates won Game 1 7-1. They hit 3 homers, including another from Ace Marlene Valdez, his 11th. The Pirates have won 4 straight. You got the Reds at the Rockies, and it's 8-1 Colorado, bottom of the 3rd inning. Boy, they were all over Red Lauder today, were the Rockies. Fans are ready to roll with the game, brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. Start your journey with confidence. We ride with you every mile. Visit Boucher.com, and here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. And a reminder that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Milwaukee Brewers Baseball Club. Let's get Game 2 underway here on this Saturday afternoon in Milwaukee. Otto Lopez will lead things off for the Marlins. Shane Trowan making his 10th start of the year. He has been a critical piece to the 2026 Brewers. First offering to Lopez is through there for a strike, and we are underway. Got underway on time at 3:10. Local time here in Milwaukee, 86 degrees at first pitch. It's a great day for baseball in southeast Wisconsin. The 0-1 is a chopper on the right side. Big hop for Bowers, feeding. Trowan sliding into the bag safely is Lopez. It brought Bowers off the bag. Trowan trying to hustle over there to cover first, but of course as a lefty falling off the other way off the mound, and Lopez sliding into first was able to beat it out for an infield single. He's got 3 hits in this series already for a guy that came in hitting .336 and leading the league in batting average. So a leadoff single, and now here's Heriberto Hernandez, the right-handed hitter for these Marlins, getting .237 on the year with 13 home runs and 36 driven in. Hernandez 1 for 4 in last night's contest. Drowan looks at Lopez at first, now brings home the pitch. It's swung on and fouled back our way and out of play. And it's 0-1. First pitch of Brewers baseball brought to you by Carbliss, premium cocktails in a can. Enjoy every pitch at American Family Field and find Carbliss right here inside the stadium. Carbliss, less is more. Folks still filing in at American Family Field. Going to have another big crowd here on this Saturday late afternoon. Occasionally get these 3:10 starts in the summer on Saturdays. I like them. The 0-1 is lined foul and off the screen beyond the Brewers' first base dugout. No balls and 2 strikes on Hernandez. Can sometimes be tough days to hit with the shadows when you have these late afternoon starts. Throwing ahead of Hernandez, 0-2. Long hold, and now the pitch. And a check swing fouled at the plate. We'll do it again at 0-2. Brewers wearing their pinstripes today with the navy caps. Marlins in the same uni combo as last night. The black tops with the white Marlins script and the magenta outline. A little bit of turquoise worked in there as well, and the gray pants. 0-2 pitch. And that one missed, but it's going to be challenged by Contreras.
Call throws the ball. We kept the challenge.
Curve ball, and I think he's going to win it. This is awfully close, though. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
This is a strike. Batter's out. Milwaukee has 2 down and win.
I got to try to hustle the boom before the umpire tells you the call. So, you got to get it in there right before Derek Thomas, our home plate umpire, tells you that that's a strikeout. Good challenge by Contreras. It wasn't by much, but it just clipped the very bottom of the zone. That's a big ortho ASAP strikeout for Drowan. There's one away. And now here's the lefty, Kyle Stowers. Drowan looks at Lopez at first, brings home the pitch, and slider in there for strike 1. Stowers hitting .235, 12 home runs, 42 driven in. Open stance from the left side in the back of the box. The pitch, and that one missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sinker at 96. It was a touch low. Honestly, might have been able to challenge that one too if you're Contreras. That was close, but I think he might have won it. Borderline. Drowan's 1-1. Swing and a miss. Went after a sinker down below the zone at 96. Came up empty. And it's a ball and 2 strikes here on Stowers, who went 0 for 4 in last night's game. Brewers winning in extra innings last night. There goes the runner. 1-2 pitch. He is a ball. Throw to second is going to be late. Lopez in there with a foot first slide. Got that right foot in there, and that is his 18th stolen base of the year. Marlins like to run. They have more stolen bases than the Brewers. Not often that you go into a series and the other team has more stolen bases than the Crew, but that is the case with this Marlins bunch. 2 balls and 2 strikes at the plate on Stowers. Drowan looks at second, and now the pitch, and he missed high with a slider. Count is full now at 3-2. Told you Derek Thomas, our home plate umpire. Marvin Hudson, the crew chief, is at first base. Trip Gibson at second base. Nick Marley is in the rocking chair over at third. Drowan's 3-2 pitch to Stowers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider. So back-to-back ortho ASAP strikeouts for Drowan. And there's 2 down for Xavier Edwards. No strikeout. Get back to the active lifestyle you want at Ortho ASAP. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Edwards 1 for 4 last night, extended his hitting streak in his last at bat. Now a 9-game hitting streak for Edwards. Got that hit in the 9th inning of last night's game. First pitch from Drowan is a little high, and a check swing. It's 1-0. Fastball at 95 from Shane. Who has thrown 13 pitches so far in this top of the first inning, trying to strand that leadoff single. Which now stands at second base. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Brewers defensively, left, right in the outfield. Churio, Mitchell, Lara. Ortiz at third, Pratt the shortstop, Shoemaker is the second baseman. And Bowers at first with Contreras doing the catching. Drowan looks at second. Here's the 1-1 to Edwards. And that one's lined down the right field line. It is a foul ball. That would have been trouble if it's fair. But it was just fouled down that right field line, and it's 1-2 on Edwards. Trying to go the other way with a sinker at 95 on the outside edge. That's the only place you're going to do anything with that pitch if you're Edwards. Couldn't keep it fair. It was definitely foul. Edwards taking a little bit of time before he gets back into the box, as he was sprinting out of the box in case that ball was fair, thinking extra bases. Now he'll use his timeout and readjust his batting gloves before he climbs back in there to continue the at-bat. Throwing set above the belt. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 95. He blew it right past him. And Shane Drowan with 3 ortho ASAP strikeouts in his scoreless top of the first. We go to the bottom of 1. The Marlins.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Steve Hamilton pitching. Oh, there's the volley floater, and it falls back. And listen to the crowd. And he says, all right, maybe I'll do it again. Yeah, here it is. Look at it. And he fouled it again. And Michael takes the catch. And Tony Hawk throws his hands in the air. And listen to this crowd go wild.
Learn more at AmatoAuto.com. Amato, driven to make you happy.
The first inning is brought to you by Lakeland University, proudly serving students across Wisconsin for over 160 years. Lakeland University, experience it your way.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. No score, Brewers and the Marlins. Time for a quick trip around the bases presented by Mamba Candy. Today's contestant in the quick trip around the bases is Brandon Fisher of Fort Dodge. If the Brewers score in the first inning, Brandon will win a $100 quick trip gift card, compliments of Mamba Candy and Quick Trip. Christian Yelich leads off here in the bottom of the first and takes the ball. It's 1-0. Stop in and pick up Mamba Magic Sticks or Mamba Berry Tasty at Quick Trip. Here's the 1-0 to Yelich. That missed up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Yelich hitting .243, 6 home runs, 31 driven in on the year. 1 for 4 last night, a double in game 1 of this series against the Marlins. Meyer out of the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Lands a slider for a strike, and it's 2-1. Meyer has been outstanding this year for the Fish. 9-1 with a 2.58 ERA. 2-1 pitch. That missed outside. 3-1. Former 3rd overall pick all the way back in 2019 out of the University of Minnesota. He's dealt with injuries and just never really been able to turn that corner until this year. Had his season cut short last year with a hip injury. Had Tommy John a couple of seasons ago. Here's the 3-1, and Yelich took high. It's a leadoff walk for Christian. So a good start for the Crew here in the bottom of the first inning. When pain can't wait, walk right into Ortho ASAP. Same-day access to specialists. Start healing faster at orthowisconsin.com. So that'll get Churio to the plate after Yelich works the walk. Meyer making his second career start against the Brewers. Brewers faced him 2 seasons ago in 2024. First pitch to Churio, breaking ball, backed up on Churio and spun him out of the box. It's 1-0. Jackson hitting .278, 13 home runs, 37 driven in on the year for the Brewers left fielder. 0 for 5 in last night's series opener. Here's the 1-0. Up and in. It goes all the way back to the backstop, and Yelich takes off for second base. Jackson a little annoyed. That was a sinker at 94, right up around the eyes. Jackson had to bail out of the way, and he does not seem overly pleased with where that pitch was located by Meyer. The first one was a breaking ball that backed up. That one will get your attention a little bit more. I mean, that was inches from his nose. 2 balls and no strikes on Churio. After the wild pitch, Yelich in scoring position. 2-0 right through there with a strike, and it's 2-1. Meyer looking in. Has the one he wants. And the 2-1 to Churio. Swung on and fouled back our way. And out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got a piece of a fastball at 96 that was near the top of the strike zone.
I think one thing to keep an eye on, Lane, Meyer hasn't pitched in 11 days.
Good
so
point.
Maybe rusty early.
His last start was Jacob Mizorowski's last start in terms of date. That Tuesday before the All-Star break. And there is a called third strike. It's going to be challenged by Churio. A sweeper.
Call the field as a strike. Matter challenging.
Looked like it might have clipped the low inside corner, and I think it did. So I think this is going to stand, and Jackson's going to be a strikeout victim.
Call is confirmed. Milwaukee has 1 challenge remaining.
So Churio strikes out. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. There's one away for Jake Bowers. Brewers baseball being brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer with great taste, only 96 calories. It's Miller time. Yeah, an 11-day layoff for Myers, so how sharp is he after the walk and falling behind early to Churio? Swing and a miss from Bowers on a fastball away at 96, and it's 0-1. I think in the Churio at bat, the wildness actually helped him a little bit. Made it tough for Jackson to settle into that at bat after he came up and in on him. No balls and 1 strike on Bowers. The pitch. That's outside. It's 1-1. Jake hitting .265, 18 home runs, 59 driven in. Went 0 for 3 in last night's game. Brewers trying to do something with this leadoff base runner in Yelich, who now stands at second base. Meyer kicks and delivers. Missed outside. It's 2-1. Marlins defensively. Hernandez in left. The one-time Brewer Estiuri Ruiz in center field. Javier Sonoja is in right field. Jimenez at third. Lopez the shortstop. Edwards at second. Stowers plays first base today. And Mack, very good defensive catcher behind the plate for Miami. Meyer out of the stretch. The 2-1. And he landed a sweeper at the very top of the strike zone. It's 2-2. No score, bottom of the first inning. Brewers and Marlins, game 2 of this 3-game series. Meyer again looks in. Here's the 2-2. And swung on and fouled back. Got a piece of a fastball at 96. That was up and out of the zone. It would have been ball 3, but Bowers in swing mode with 2 strikes against him. Trying to protect the best he can and extend this at bat as long as he can. See if Meyer can make a mistake at some point in this AB. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. Went after a sweeper down below the zone. Bowers strikes out, and there's 2 away. A lot of strikeouts in this game early on. Drowan struck out the side in the first, and now back-to-back strikeouts for Meyer here in the bottom of the first. And it's going to be up to William Contreras, who is the cleanup hitter today. Clean up any home damage with Loyal Family, located in Muskego, serving southeastern Wisconsin and across the state. Meyer looks in. First pitch to Contreras is down and away. It's 1-0. Don't let the out-of-towners handle it. Call locally owned Loyal Family Renovations for a free inspection today. Contreras 0 for 2 last night. Did draw 3 walks, though, in that extra innings victory for the Crew. 1 ball and no strikes on him. Here's the pitch from Meyer, and a fly ball into right field. Tracking it is Sanoha, calling off everybody. He's there to make the catch, and the inning is over. Brewers got the leadoff walk from Yelich. He got to second on the wild pitch with nobody out, but he never advanced further than that. We go to the second inning. No score on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
What if a customer slips and falls on your property? What if sparks from an employee's grinder cause a house fire on your job site? Unexpected things happen every day, but you can make sure your business doesn't get hurt with a carefully crafted general liability policy from West Bend. Be sure your independent agent understands your business, because at West Bend, the worst brings out our best. To find out more, visit thesilverlining.com.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Rev up your rewards at the pump with the Club Citgo app. Join today and enter for the chance to win big with members-only sweepstakes, plus everyday savings that stack automatically. Start with 20 cents off per gallon on your first fill-up and save 25 cents per gallon on your first 4 purchases with Plus Pay. Hit Premier status and unlock even more. So what are you waiting for? Download the Club Citgo app today and you're good to go. Savings good up to 30 gallons only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Give your ride an all-star clean at Tsunami Express. Tsunami Express Car Wash, the official car wash of the Milwaukee Brewers. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. Javier Sanoha to lead things off for the Marlins. Drowan's first pitch to him is in there for a strike on a curveball, and it's 0-1. Marlins got a leadoff single in the top of the first from Otto Lopez. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is lined into left center field. Long run for Churio on the move. Diving, can't get to it. Knocks it down on a hop, and chugging in to second is Sanoha with a double. Jackson gave that a great effort. Had a pretty good first step. Laid out for it. Just couldn't come up with the catch. Got it on one hop. And then got up and fired into second. But Sanoha runs well enough that he was able to get in there ahead of the throw. So it's a leadoff double for Miami. And here's Liam Hicks. Yeah, the leadoff single in the first for the Marlins. Then Drowan got really tough and struck out the next 3. He'd like something similar to that here in this second inning. Hicks, a left-handed hitter, having a fine season, hitting .289 with 13 home runs and 58 driven in. He bunts it up to third baseline. It's a good bunt. Charging it is Drowan. He tries to field it, can't field it cleanly. That wasn't going to be his play anyway. It needed to be Ortiz charging from third, and everybody's safe. Sanoha goes to third. Hicks with a bunt single. A very good bunt up the third baseline. I don't know that if Drowan gets out of Ortiz's way, if Ortiz even has a play at first anyway. And so now runners on the corners and nobody out. Definitely a ball that Drowan's got to back off and let Ortiz make the play on. That's for sure. Here's Leo Jimenez. And the first pitch to him is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. Kind of a tough start to this inning. It's not like the double was smoked. It was just hit to the right part of the ballpark in that left center gap. Drawing's 0-1. And Jimenez, hard hit ground ball through the left side into left field, a base hit. Jogging home is Sanoja. The Marlins take a 1-0 lead. So three straight hits rather to open up the top of the second inning for the Marlins. Hicks stops at second, so now first and second and nobody out. And Uri Ruiz is the batter for Miami. Ruiz, you will remember, acquired by the Brewers in 22 at the trade deadline in the Josh Hader trade. The pitch bunted foul back to the screen, and it's 0-1. The other pieces in that deal, Robert Gasser, of course, Taylor Rogers, and Dinelson Lamet in that deal. Brewers then sent Ruiz to the A's in a 3-team trade that offseason that landed them William Contreras. The 0-1. Ruiz bunting, bunts it in front of home plate. It's going to be Drowan to field it. Doesn't have play anywhere. Has to just put that baseball in his back pocket. And the Marlins, with some paper cuts here in this second inning, giving the Brewers some fits. Bases are loaded with nobody out, and one already in the inning. And again, I think that is one where Drowan is better off getting out of the way and letting Contreras try to come out and field that ball. It was kind of in between both of them. Chris Hook is on his way out to come have a chat with Shane Drowan. So 2 bunt singles in this inning, a big part of the equation, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out for the 9-hitter Joe Mack. Trips to the mound brought to you by Potawatomi Sportsbook with wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It's a fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. A tough start to this inning for Shane Drowan for sure. Now, one of the things we talk about with Drowan all the time is that he is such a competitive dude. He doesn't let a lot of things faze him, keeps his composure, and usually doesn't make the situation worse. That's going to require some of that calmness to navigate this inning here. Now you're just trying to limit damage. 1 run is in. You're trying to limit this from becoming a big inning. Brewers will keep the infield back. First pitch to Mack is a ground ball to first, fielded by Bowers. Goes to second for 1. The return to first is not in time. Mack beat it out. Drowan hustled over there to cover. Brewers will take a look at it, but I think they got this one right. The run scores from third. That's Hicks. It's 2-0 Miami. And as it stands now, runners on the corners with 1 away. There will be no challenge from the Brewers. So Mack gets an RBI on that fielder's choice. And still some work to do. But now if you could get Otto Lopez to hit a ground ball at an infielder, you can get out of this. And if you get out of this with just 2 runs surrendered, that's a pretty good job. So where does this inning go from here is the question. Lopez 1 for 1 today. Drowan's first pitch is inside. It's 1-0. The run was going to score regardless, but the Brewers were hoping to get 2 outs out of that. Have to settle for the 1. The 1-0 pitch is a fly ball to center and deep. Mitchell on the move, going back at the warning track at the wall. He jumps up. He made the catch at the wall. Now he throws behind the runner at first. He will get back there in time. The runner at third, that's Jimenez. He will tag and score. It's 3-0 Miami, but Garrett Mitchell continuing to impress with his outfield play. Just made another great catch right at the wall. That one wasn't going to get out, but it would have been extra bases for sure. And now there are 2 away. It'll be a sac fly for Otto Lopez. Again, the run scores from third on that sac fly, but now there's a runner at first and 2 down. And Heriberto Hernandez is the batter for Miami. Drowan's pitch drops a curveball, but a little bit low, and it's 1-0. Again, to repeat, if you get out of here with just 3 runs allowed, that is even not the end of the world this early in this game. The 1-0 pitch missed outside of the curveball. It's going to be challenged by Contreras.
Calling the ball, the catcher's challenging.
And he's going to win this one. So the Brewers with just one challenge remaining. This is one you need to feel confident in if you're Contreras. And he did.
Milwaukee has 2 challenges remaining.
And he misspoke. The Brewers have one challenge remaining, but they win that one. Challenge is brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Boom, to make it official. So 1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Hernandez. Drowan looks at first, and the 1-1 pitch. That missed low. Missed with another curveball. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. I mean, the hardest hit ball of this inning was that catch that Mitchell just made at the wall. There's been some soft contact in this inning against Drowan. Here's the 2-1. That is a little low. With a sinker at 96, it goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. That was maybe a touch inside as well as being low. And Drowan behind, which doesn't happen all that often. Used to working ahead. 3-1. Swung on and chopped foul at the plate. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Lane, it feels like Shane Drowan, of all the pitchers on this staff, gets victimized more than any of the others in innings like this, where it feels like he deserves better than what he ends up getting. I don't know why that is.
3-2 on Hernandez. Kicks and delivers. And he missed outside. He walked him. So now 1st and 2nd, and it'll be the 8th batter of the inning, Kyle Stowers, to come to the plate for Miami. The Marlins have been up there swinging pretty early for the most part in this inning, so this hasn't been that lengthy of an inning pitch count wise for Drowan. He's just at 32 pitches for the game, and he's got 2 outs here in the 2nd inning. First offering, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Considering 7 have come to the plate in this inning, that's a pretty good number for Shane Drowan. 3-0 Miami. Top of the 2nd inning. The 0-1. That one missed down and away with a sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike. It does not seem like the strike zone from Derek Thomas is going to be overly generous. Now, again, you have safeguards against missed calls with the ABS system, so those are less of a topic than they used to be. Issues like that. 1-1. This is a fly ball into right field. It's going to push back Lara to his right, and it's actually going to be Mitchell that calls him off in right center and makes the catch at the last moment. So 8 come to the plate, 3 score, and the Marlins lead at 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
Life's better with American.
Fastball taps the plate. It'll trickle down the 3rd baseline. The Mariners are going to let it roll. Lenny Randall gets down on his hands and knees and blows on it like a curler, and it goes foul.
I have never seen that before in baseball. If this is allowed, that will be part of the arsenal, I'm sure, of the 3rd baseman from now on.
Make you forget Laurel and Hardy in a hurry.
It's going to go as a base hit.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that, like, it was that moment where, like, wow, this is really something.
Right-hander Max Meyer. They trail 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 2nd. And for the Brewers, it'll be Mitchell, Lara, and Pratt coming to the plate for the Crew. Brewers won Game 1 last night in extra innings. And again, we'll play from behind here today, a place that they've been fairly comfortable of late. Myers' first pitch to Mitchell. Mitchell squares to bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes a strike on a fastball at 95. It's 0-1. 3-0 Miami after a 3-spot in the top of the second inning. Inning could have been worse. 0-1. Mitchell takes a little bit low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. This is going to be a very true to the zone strike zone. Anything close is probably going to go the hitter's way, it feels like. The 1-1 is lined into left. That's down for a base hit for Garrett Mitchell. His 3rd hit of the series already. This guy just has turned a corner in so many ways. That was a sinker, top rail away, and that's textbook hitting from Garrett Mitchell with what you do with that pitch. There's a pitch he did not handle just a few months ago. Hit it off the end of the bat, but elevated it enough to get it over the left side of the infield. And now here's Luis Lara with the leadoff man aboard. First pitch is a little high and maybe a touch outside. It's 1-0. The leadoff man has been aboard in every half inning so far in this game. Marlins have done it both times they've come to the plate. Brewers now have done it both times they've come to the plate. Brewers hoping the script stays similar to what the top of the second was for them here, as Lara takes high, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Lara 5 for 17 in the early goings of his career. No home runs. He's driven in 2. Went 1 for 3 last night off the bench as Sal Frelick was lifted from the game with that shoulder soreness. Tossed to first by Meyer, and Mitchell's back in time. Mitchell came into the day hitting .392 in the month of July, and that's only increased with that base hit to lead off this inning. Here's the 2-0 to Lara, and that's right through there for a strike. It's 2-1. Fastball at 95 from Meyer. Brewers made Meyer throw a few pitches in that first inning. He's hit 23 pitches with nobody out here in the second. 2-1 to Lara. That is high, and it's 3-1. Mack out of the crouch and thought about a back pick throw to first, but Mitchell was on his way back to the bag, and so Mack ended up putting it in his back pocket. Friendly count here for Luis Lara. Meyer brings home the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Went after a fastball down below the zone at 94. That would have been ball 4. Came up empty. Actually, that was in the strike zone at the bottom of the zone. Count is full, 3-2 on Luis Lara. I think definitely early on, Josh, you mentioned it in the first inning, we are seeing a little bit of a lack of sharpness from Meyer. He is working behind more to these Brewers hitters. There goes the runner. 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled straight back into the net. Fastball at 95, and Lara got a piece of it. That one was on the inner half. Now, will that continue? Meyer has good enough stuff to fall behind and still get away with it. And does he get sharper as this game goes along? Is your best chance to get him early, like so often is the case against these elite starting pitchers. There goes the runner again. 3-2 is high. It's ball 4, and Lara works the walk. So Luis works the walk, and the first 2 have reached for the Brewers.
The ball, the pitcher's challenging.
Going to get a challenge, but this is up and out of the zone, so it's going to stand. It's going to be a walk.
And the pitcher challenged it late.
Max Meyer, a little emotional maybe there on that one.
Call confirmed. Miami has 1 challenge remaining.
I mean, that wasn't even close. And I think that tells you that Max Meyer right now is pretty frustrated with his inability to execute his pitches and command the strike zone.
And that's why a lot of teams are telling their pitchers you're not allowed to challenge.
Yeah, that was a frustration challenge. I'm not throwing strikes. Maybe I can buy myself one here. And now maybe that compounds itself and impacts him mentally a little bit more. That's a bad challenge. So now first and second, and here's Cooper Pratt. First pitch is high, and it's 1-0. He is really struggling to get the ball down right now. That fastball is up, and he is having a hard time getting it down even in the zone. I mean, these are easy takes for the Brewers at this point. The 2-0 pitch got the inside corner. It's 2-1. He was assessed in automatic ball on a pitch clock violation to start up the at-bat. Excuse me. No. 1 ball and 1 strike. The scoreboard said 2-1. The game tracker said 2-1. So I assumed we had a pitch clock violation. We did not. They have got it all right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pratt uses his timeout and steps out of the box. Now back in there. Myers 1-1. And a fly ball to center. Right in the tracks of Ruiz. Takes a couple of steps back, makes the catch. Tagging at second, on his way to third is Mitchell. And he's in there with 1 out. So Pratt able to move the runner to third on a fly ball to medium depth center field. There's 1 away now for Braden Shoemaker. His first action last night as he came off the bench late in last night's game in a Brewers uniform in this ballpark. He made his debut for the Brewers last Sunday in Pittsburgh. So runners on the corners, 1 away. Meyer brings home the first pitch. That's in there for a strike at the top of the zone of the slider. It's 0-1. You wonder for Meyer, he's having so much difficulty with the fastball command. Does he just start to lean on the secondary stuff a little bit? Shoemaker, a left-handed hitter, and a sweeper landed for a strike, and it's 0-2. That appears to be what he's going to do here to try to get ahead against Shoemaker. A slider and then the sweeper, and he's ahead 0-2. This is a tough customer when he's got you down 0-2. Meyer kicks and delivers and missed low with a sweeper. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, as the boys of summer grind their way through another pennant chase, enjoy every inning with baseball's favorite comfort food. That's Usinger sausage. Nothing beats a 1-2-3 ninth inning save, and nothing saves a tailgate party like an extra pack of Usingers. Don't get caught short. Long hold for Meyer in the 1-2. Missed outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shoemaker trying to get himself back into this count. 3-0 Marlins. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Brewers threatening with 1 out. With the bottom of the order up. Shoemaker, the number 8 hitter for the Crew. Here's the 2-2, and Shoemaker, a line drive to center right in the tracks of Ruiz. Takes 1 step back, makes the catch, tagging from third, and scoring is Mitchell. So the Brewers on the board with a sac fly from Braden Shoemaker. It is 3-1 Marlins. You certainly won't scoff at that if you're the Brewers. At least answer that 3 spot with a run of your own here in the bottom of the inning.
I'll tell you what, after he fell behind 0-2, that was a really nice job. Work his way back into the count and drive the ball deep enough to get a runner home from third. Nice way to make a good impression on your new team.
So now here's Joey Ortiz. Meyer, first pitch, and Ortiz took a sweeper for a strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. The Brewers don't waste that leadoff single from Mitchell. If you're going to fall behind early. Gives you a lot of chances to get yourself back. 0-1. And he lands another breaking ball. This one a sweeper on the inside corner. It's 0-2. And it feels like he knows he doesn't have that fastball command. So he is really leaning into these 2 different breaking balls. The sweeper and the slider so far here as this inning's gone along. 0-2 pitch, and he missed low with a sweeper. Joey checked. They appeal to first, and Marvin Hudson agrees that Joey checked. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ortiz, who had the great night last night. 2 for 4, a homer. 4th home run of the season. Just looks like a confident guy at the plate right now. Meyer About to throw his 40th pitch, and now Ortiz will step out as a disengagement used by Meyer. One ball and 2 strikes. There goes the runner. The pitch is ground ball back up the middle, ranging to his left and bottling it is Lopez. Everybody safe. Lara started with the pitch. He was headed to second. Lopez ranging to his left. Bobbled it for just a moment. That's all it was going to take. And the Brewers have first and second, and Yelich coming to the plate here with 2 outs. It'll be an error on Otto Lopez. Sometimes you just got to put it in play, extend the inning, and see what happens. And now Daniel Moscos, the pitching coach of the Marlins, on his way out for a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Wall-to-wall screens, elite dining, and over 95 kiosks. It is a sports fan's dream. Potawatomi Sportsbook, become a legend. So the mound visit, a brief one. Brewers with a nice little opportunity here, and now Lopez is being looked at over behind the third base bag with Jimenez looking on. That one got him right on the tip of the finger on his throwing hand as the ball was entering his glove. And he's in some pain right now, and they're taking a look at the right fingers of Otto Lopez are the Marlins. Now, a couple things, Josh. One, it extends the inning and gets you back to the top of the order. It gives Yelich a shot here in this second inning. Of course, we already went over the fact that you just answer with a run. That felt big, too. But also, you've extended this inning on Max Meyer. He's at 40 pitches. And the Brewers have done a good job specifically against Marlins pitchers this year of running up pitch count and getting these starters out early, and that'll be a big part of the recipe here today for the Brewers to try to get Meyer out of this game early. And that error looms large for a lot of different reasons. Can Yelich make them pay the ultimate price for the error? Lopez stays in the game. First pitch to Yelich, and a swing and a miss at a sweeper. It's 0-1. Yelich worked a walk back in the first inning. First and second with 2 outs. Myers 0-1. And he nailed the inside corner of the fastball at 96. It's 0-2. I haven't seen him command the fastball at all today. That's one that, frankly, might not have caught that corner. It was very close. No balls and 2 strikes to count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Yelich swings over the top of a breaking ball, and the inning is over. So Meyer gets out of it with no further damage, despite the fact that the Brewers put some pressure on him and did push a run across.
Baseball's brightest stars take the field for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Baseball brings us together.
Last time you guys went head-to-head, it was a little more stressful. This is a little more chill of a day.
This is much better. I can give Schneider a big old hug.
All is right, and Mike Trout is playing in the All-Star Game.
And the Yankees have all 3 runs batted in.
Front door sinker's probably a bad idea, huh? Let's do it.
Juan's got a look on his face like, man, that's nasty.
How about a 3-strikeout first inning?
Technology break.
In every voice rising from the crowd, there is hope.
Oh, what a play, Ernie Clement.
Wow!
In every at-bat, the opportunity to take your swing and to write your place in history.
Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. The American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star Game in 13 years.
Cody, congratulations on the 2026 All-Star Game MVP.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Say hello to Z-Bart.
We go to the third inning. Marlins with a 3-1 lead, and stepping in with the play-by-play. Here's Josh Maurer.
Thank you, Lane. Xavier Edwards against Shane Drowan, looking for a bounce-back inning. And the first pitch from Shane is fouled by Edwards back into the screen. First 4 batters in the second got hits, and 3 of them scored. Double, bunt, single, RBI, single, bunt, single. And that 3-run inning has given the Fish the early margin here today. Brewers came back in the bottom of the second inning and a run on a Braden Shoemake sacrifice fly. A lot of our loyal listeners just heard me say that and said, who? Here's the 0-1, grounded foul. Yep, Braden Shoemake, new Brewer as of a week ago, taking the spot essentially of David Hamilton, who's injured. And he's driven in the run thus far for the Brewers today. Bryce Terang, if you missed it, got scratched due to a foot injury suffered when he fouled a ball off of his lower body last night. So no Terang. That's why Shoemake is in there. Pitch to Edwards, lined into right. There's Luis Lara. Step to his right. Medium depth, reaches up and snags out number 1. Edwards is retired. Hey, first time in this game, the leadoff batter has been set down. Third inning brought to you by Citgo. Whether you're crossing the state line or just going cross town, Club Citgo can save you money on every fill up along the way. Like 3 cents off every gallon every day. When you start with Citgo, you're good to go. Here's the man that started the 3-run rally last inning, Javier Sanoja, looking at strike 1 from Drowan. Doubled into left center. One for one, right-handed hitter. Takes low. And you mentioned it, as those runs were scoring in the second, Drowan probably deserved a better fate. Witnessed 2 bunts that were hits. The 1-1 coming is down and in on Sanoja. His double wasn't all that well struck. And I was saying, too, it just feels like Shane gets a bunch of unlucky innings.
Yeah, the hardest hit ball was the sac fly that Mitchell made the great catch on. Off the bat of Otto Lopez.
2-1 pitch. Flied into left, and Churio's right there. 1 or 2 steps left, and he reaches up and he makes the catch. Couple of routine flyouts here for Shane Drowan and Liam Hicks to the plate.
The thing about Drowan, though, Josh, that I know you've commented on this and observed it as well, is that he rarely compounds things. I mean, that inning could have gotten really sideways, and 3 runs isn't what you want to give up. But that could have been worse. And he just has a way about him where he stays calm and continues to fight and compete through those innings.
Yeah, he's a bulldog. Liam Hicks had one of those bunt singles, and he's normally a catcher. Takes outside ball 1. Heading to a Brewers game, Potawatomi Sportsbook will get you here. Make any purchase or same-day bet for a shuttle wristband. Space is limited. Visit Potawatomi.com for details. Pitch high, 2-0. Liam Hicks, boy, has he been good against the Brewers this season. 7 for 17. Takes outside, 3-0. One of the shrewd pickups that the Marlins have made the last few years. New man in charge of their baseball operations. Peter Bendix in his 3rd year in charge. 3-0 is down the middle for a strike, and he's found ways to pick up guys kind of off the scrap heap, and they've worked. 3-1. 3-1 Marlins and a 3-1 count. Here it is. Strike 2 called with a fastball from Shane Drowan. Full count on Liam Hicks. Shane pitching on 6 days of rest. Almost half of what Max Meyer is working on. The 3-2 coming. Flied foul into the seats. Third base side, 10 for station ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Miami leading Milwaukee 3-1 in the 3rd with Lane Grindle and producer engineer Ken Sommerfeld. Josh Maurer. 3-2 the pitch. Broken bat, grounder hit softly to second. Braden Shoemake's got it, and an underhand flip to first. Did plenty of time to retire Liam Hicks on the side, and there is the bounce back inning indeed from Sugar Shane. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 3rd.
You could describe Tulsa as a
big, small town or a small, big city?
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
From about 1905 to 1925 or so, teams actually issued cardigans as part of their team uniform. In that era, knitwear was actually having a heyday in sports. Think of ski sweaters or Argyle sweater vests on the Gulf Green. And baseball decided to jump on the bandwagon and create cardigans.
That was to end the game on a... Oh, God.
Wow,
Talk about no extra base hits.
Absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas into the second deck. Vargas, a first-time All-Star, one of the biggest surprises on the biggest surprise in the sport. And the Chicago White Sox tees off and makes it 4-0.
Slider. He gets the head out, and it's a no-doubter. Well, there's your first extra base hit.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Brewers chasing a couple as we go to the bottom of the third. 3-1 Marlins. Chorio Bowers Contreras. Today that is 2-3-4 on Pat Murphy's card, coming up against the All-Star Max Meyer. When the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. Find one near you. Go to WDA.org. Brewers had the leadoff batter reach each of the first two innings. Walk by Yelich, single by Mitchell. Chorio takes low here from Meyer. Ball one to begin the third. And that 1-2-3 flawless top of the inning from Shane Drowan. Brought to you by Carbless, premium cocktails in a can. Proud partner of the Brewers. Now the 1-0. Chorio takes low again. Stock up for your next tailgate and grab a pack of Carbless at your local retailer, or find cans right here at American Family Field. Carbless, less is more. Chorio struck out in the first, and the 2-0. Outside, ball 3. Slider missed. Meyer, as you've said, Lane, erratic. Much more than he generally is. And the Brewers trying to take advantage of that. Figure you're looking at least one strike here if you're Jackson. 3-0 coming. He did, and it's down the middle. 3-1.
And he took a little off that fastball, just 93.7. He just does not have the confidence in that fastball right now. He's not throwing it for strikes.
He's already walked a couple. Now the 3-1 coming. High, ball 4 from a slider, and Jackson becomes the third straight Brewers leadoff batter to reach. Second via an ortho ASAP walk.
Not trying to be overly dramatic here, but he's ripe for the taking. I mean, he in that second inning threw a first pitch ball to Cooper Pratt. That was a fastball. Went 1-0 on him. He did not throw another fastball until a fastball he threw to Yelich, and that would have been 3 batters later. It was all sliders and sweepers the rest of the way. That tells you that he knows he doesn't have fastball command. Doesn't mean he can't find it, but he is struggling to find it right now. And if you can start sitting on a slider or a sweeper, that changes everything for you as a hitter.
And before Jake Bauers bats, the catcher, Joe Mack, immediately goes to talk with Max Meyer, a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound. Now he's back behind the plate. There's already a little bit of stirring in that Marlins bullpen. Nobody's throwing. There were some guys walking about, though, as Bauers strides in. 1 on, nobody out. The pitch. Grounded foul up the first baseline. Tried to ambush a slider, did Jake. He struck out. Back in the first. Max Meyer was an all-star, as mentioned. He didn't pitch in the game. The 0-1 outside corner. It's 0-2. Came through the back door and hit the edge with that slider. Brewers only have one hit. The Mitchell opposite field single, but now 3 bases on balls. After they had 8 walks last night. The 0-2. Fly to left. Playable for Hernandez going back over towards the line in the sunlight. Heriberto makes the catch. And back to first goes Chourio on out number 1. Opposite field fly ball by Bowers. Last night the Brewers got those 8 walks and none of them scored a run. And that 2-1 win. Big reason the Brewers are 1 for 15 with runners in scoring position thus far this series. That one was Mitchell's walk-off hit in the 10th. Contreras flew to right back in the first. There goes Chourio. Pitch is taken for a strike. Throw from Mack goes straight through into center. Chourio didn't realize it though, so he'll just stay at second base with a stolen base. Throw from Mack hopped right by Xavier Edwards, the second baseman covering. If Jackson, I think, had seen it immediately, he could have gotten up and reached third. I don't know that when he went into that dive to the bag, he had an inclination that Edwards didn't have the ball in his glove. As it is, Jackson gets his 9th steal of the season in 10 attempts, and it's brought to you by Delta Dental. For your fellow fanatics, personal cheerleaders, and #1 fans, all the reasons you smile. Get covered with dental and vision insurance. Contreras takes a strike, and it's 0-2. Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision, they got you covered. So 0-2, the pitch that Chourio stole on was also called a strike. 1 out, 3-1 Marlins in the bottom of the 3rd. Oh for 5 today already, hitting with runners in scoring position are the Brewers. They've had their chances against Max Meyer. Right-hander's 0-2 pitch. Fly foul into the seats on the first base side. Drive Around the League is brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. Cubs have already won a game today at Wrigley against the Twins. Even that series at a win apiece. 6-2 the final behind Matthew Boyd. He was very good. 6 innings of 1-run ball. The Cubs were all over Taj Bradley early. 0-2 again. Fly ball into the gap in right center. Long run for Ruiz. He's over. He won't get it. It's off the fence. Chourio will score from second, and Contreras diving safely headfirst into second base with an RBI double. And he only missed getting that ball out of here by maybe a foot. Instead, he'll bring the Brewers within 1, 3-2 in the bottom of the 3rd, right off that fence. That's a great power stroke there, opposite way for William Contreras. First hit of the series.
Well, Meyer's gone 7 consecutive starts without allowing more than 2 earned runs. Brewers got 2 against him here.
And now the tying run in scoring position with still just the 1 out for Garrett Mitchell. Singled and scored last inning. Pitch to Garrett. Inside corner with a fastball for strike 1. So the Brewers finally turn a walk into a run. And they get that elusive runner in scoring position hit. $75 donation for every double to the MAC Fund from West Bend Insurance, the silver lining. 0-1. Mitchell takes just inside. This has been a familiar story over the last couple of weeks, really all of July. Brewers do play from behind, but as Lane said, they do it so well. Doesn't bother them. They were down 3-0 just a half hour ago. The 1-1. Mitchell takes low. 96 on the fastball, 2-1. Contreras just drove home his 54th. 3rd on the team. Behind Terang and Bowers. William at second, 2-1 pitch high on the sweeper, 3-1.
I mean, he's thrown the fastball 19 times according to our data and only landed 11 strikes. That actually feels generous.
Again, he's working 11 days between starts. 3-1. Ground ball towards first. This would be an easy one for Kyle Stowers. Picks it, throws to the pitcher. Oh, and Mitchell beat the pitcher to the bag, and he's safe. Meyer was beaten to first base thanks to the hustle of Garrett Mitchell. To third goes Contreras. And they're on the corners with one out for the Brewers. That was routine until it wasn't, because of Garrett Mitchell beating cleats up the first base line. What is Garrett Mitchell not doing these days? That's an infield single. And he certainly beat him to the bag.
Pat Murphy today was talking about the absence of Sal Frelick and says he embodies so much of what we're about. And Garrett Mitchell's starting to figure that out. I think he's starting to embody a lot of what the Brewers are about.
Luis Lara takes a strike with a slider at the top of the zone with the tying run at third and the go-ahead run at first. One out. Yeah, Mitchell he's playing the Brewer way, if you will.
Doing the little things.
Lara walked last inning. Can he get the tying run home here in the third? The 0-1. Foul back into the screen. Chased a high, hard one and hit it back behind him. So it's 0-2. Big spot. Well, with Sal Frelick on the injured list, we're going to see a lot of Luis Lara here for the next few weeks. Pat Murphy said earlier today they don't have a definitive diagnosis on the extent of Frelick's shoulder injury yet. They got to do more testing, so who knows how long it'll be. 0-2 here. Meyer looking for the punch out. Throws. They miss down low with a sweeper. Ball one. This is an exciting opportunity for young Luis Lara now. I mean, you hate to lose Sal for any amount of time. He's so important to the club. Batting left-handed is the switch hitter. Meyer set at the belt. The 1-2 inside. Tugged on the fastball, and it's 2-2. This is the, I guess, if you will, the Nashville part of the lineup today. For most of this season, Lara and then Pratt, who's on deck, they would have been playing for the Nashville Sounds. 3-2 Marlins. 2-2 pitch. Tried to check on one down and in. They appeal. He did. From 0-2, it's full count. Wonder if you start Garrett Mitchell here from first. Lara's very good at getting bat to ball. Try to stay out of a ground ball double play. Infield's about halfway up. One out in the inning. Meyer, runner goes 3-2. Swing and a miss. Throw to second base is late. That's a big strikeout, though. Threw him a sweeper. And that is out number 2. That's the biggest pitch that Meyer's made in this game. Strikes out Lara with the tying run at third. It is a steal for Mitchell, so it's second and third with 2 out. And Cooper Pratt has a chance at a big swing. Another Delta Dental steal. Garrett Mitchell now 7 for 12 this year in that department. The pitch to Pratt's right in there. Slider for a strike. We'll say this. Meyer, when he's gotten his back against the walls, made some really big pitches thus far today. That's why the Marlins are still winning. Pratt flew to center last inning. The 0-1 inside on a sweeper. Spun his shoulder to get back out of the way from ball one.
Another lengthy inning, though, Josh. He is at 68 pitches.
Ooh. Made him work. Single runs in the second and the third for the Brewers. They trail 3-2. Now the 1-1. Pratt swings through a high fastball. 97 up out of the zone, but he chased 1-2. Meyer came into the day with the 5th best earned run average in the National League among qualifiers. 10th most strikeouts. He has been a horse for them. M-E-Y-E-R. Meyer. Contreras at third, Mitchell at second with 2 out. The 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul at the third baseline by Coop. That's now 70 pitches for Max Meyer.
The Marlins are 14-5 in his first 19 starts this season. They almost always win when he pitches. Does Cooper Pratt have a big 2-out swing in him here in this third inning? Crowd waiting for it. Might be close to capacity here this afternoon. Another 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul again. Spoiled the sweeper. Pulled it wide of third. Contreras actually picked it up. Leading away into foul grounds. We'll do it again. 1-2. This will be the 6th pitch of the at-bat.
They've been pretty conservative with his pitch count for the most part. He did throw 106 earlier this year, but a lot of keeping him in that 80s range.
That might mean only one more inning. The 1-2 again. Fouled back. Fastball. Cooper. Pretty good swing on that one. Hit it into the screen. So he's going to see at least 7. This big 2-out RBI chance early in this contest. Got Braden Shoemake in the on-deck circle for the Brewers. Roof is open over left and center. Closed over right field again today for the day game. 1-2 again. Outside, he took it on a fastball, and it's 2-2. And the at-bat grows to at least 8 from Meyer to Pratt. That's a tough pitch to lay off. Woo. Good job by Pratt. This is outside by maybe 2 inches. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a sweeper. So the Nashville guys strike out back-to-back with the tying run at third. But the Brewers get a run in on Contreras' RBI double. We go to the 4th. 3-2 Miami on the Brewers Radio Network. Presented by American Family Insurance.
The health of Wisconsin depends on people who are ready.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are tie cups.
These are tie cups.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say, one great play deserves another. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
3-2 Marlins. They were up 3-0 earlier. Brewers have gotten a couple back as we go to the 4th inning. Retired veterans. You can turn to Network Health for affordable and reliable health plans tailored to meet your needs. Find the coverage you need and a health plan experience you want at Network Health. Visit their website, networkhealth.com/veterans. Leo Jimenez takes inside ball 1 from the lefty. Rookie Shane Drowan. Jimenez had one of the hardest hit balls thus far for the Marlins. RBI single in that 3-run second inning. Former Blue Jay fouls one off the gear of the catcher Contreras, and it's 1-1. Related to the Network Health Veterans Benefits, they ask us to tell you always about our hero of the game who was honored by the Brewers, Aaron Flottam, U.S. Army guard, 26 years. Pitch inside, hit him. Curveball got him in the leg. Ouch. And Jimenez is on, so the trend of leadoff batters getting on base today continues, as Leo Jimenez is aboard for the 2nd time today. There have been 7 leadoff batters to come to the plate in this game, and 6 of them got on.
It's a lot of pitching out of the stretch for both Drowan and Max Meyer. Marlins have activity in their bullpen. I wonder if they're going to be pulling the plug on Max Meyer. Esteury Ruiz up there to bunt. Bunts it up third baseline, but it's foul, thankfully, for the Brewers. He is so fast. If that had been fair, it would have been a hit. And he already bunted for a single earlier in the game in that second inning rally. Hit batters. Sponsored by Habish. Habish and Rotier are injured in a car accident. The right call is Habish, with 13 offices across the state. They're the hometown firm Wisconsinites trust. Habish and Rotier, national reputation, hometown service, and the 0-1 pitch. Inside, and it almost hit him. But Ruiz, who was not bunting on that one, got back. And so it is 1-1. So Ruiz, who has bounced around quite a bit, the speedster, 1 for 1 today. Third baseman coming up, Ortiz, 1-1, no bunt, and he fouls it back into the screen. Marlins trying to get an inning together against Drowan after the 3 spot in the second. Shane had a 1-2-3 third, but then hit Jimenez to lead off here. Leo leads at first. The 1-2 coming outside on a fastball. 95 on the gun from Shane. Told you that there is activity for Miami. It's the lefty Cade Gibson who is throwing in the bullpen. I think that leads you to believe that Meyer might be finished. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball tied up. Esteury Ruiz, and Drowan strikes him right on out of there. First out of the fourth. Ortho ASAP. Fourth of those for Mr. Drowan. Don't strike out. Get back to the active lifestyle you want. See a specialist today at orthowisconsin.com. Joe Mack coming up. Rookie catcher drove in a run with a fielder's choice ground out back in that second inning. He's 0 for 1. First pitch, he tries to bunt. Bunts it off his foot. Ouch. Foul ball. And he hobbles after bunting the baseball off his lower extremities. If you're wondering about Max Meyer's pitch count, by the way, after he got those strikeouts of Luis Lara and Cooper Pratt, he's at 74. That is doable to keep going if Clayton McCullough wanted him to, but they might not want him to. Just as much as he's had to work here today, and he just hasn't quite looked himself. We're in the fourth. 3-2 Miami. 0-1 on Joe Mack. And pitch is fouled back by Mack, who took a hack. I'm just giving it a crack. 0-2.
Keep going. Keep going, Josh. You can do it.
Cut me some slack.
Oh, there you go.
And watch your back. Okay. 0-2 to Mack. Swing and a miss. Slider struck him out. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, Joe Mack.
Pretty good attack by Shane Drowan.
Well, he gave it a whack.
Okay.
Are we done?
Well, please.
Okay. Ortho ASAP. 2 straight strikeouts after the hit batter. And here's the dangerous top part of the Marlins order for a third time. Otto Lopez, leading hitter in the league, takes low, ball 1. Strikeouts today for Drowan. We have not had a lack.
You promised.
Ground ball, hard hit, fair at third, backhanded behind the bag. Ortiz throws across, dug out by Bowers. Out is Otto Lopez, and hang a star on that one for Joey Ortiz to end the top of the fourth. Oh, the defense in this series by Milwaukee has been exceptional. That ball was smoked. Behind the bag, a fair ball, and in shallow left field, Joey throws.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Run double.
More of that.
Small what?
Swing a line drive. Deep center. It's gone. A walk-off home run.
This is the Brewers Radio Network.
You're killing me, Smalls.
So the Brewers have knocked the All-Star Max Meyer out of the game through 3 innings of work. We go to the bottom of the 4th, trailing 3-2. Braden Shoemake greeting the new pitcher, lefty Cade Gibson. He's behind 0-1 and takes low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know that you'd ever would have expected Max Meyer only to last 3 innings today. 74 pitches, gave up 3 hits, 3 walks, and 2 runs. He limited the damage very nicely. 1-1 to Shoemake is popped into right. In comes Sanoha. He is there. Easy catch, reaches up and makes it. And that's how it begins for the left-hander, Cade Gibson. Shoemake, first start at American Family Field with the Brewers. Had a sac fly, now flies out, and Joey Ortiz will come up. Meyer will not be involved in the decision. This is a North Shore adult diaper pitching change, as those heavy control problems for the Marlins pitchers in this series continue to mount. When you have heavy control problems, the only thing that can rescue you is North Shore. I'm telling you. Visit northshore.com. Ortiz takes ball 1. Been 11 walks in the series by Miami pitching. Joey reached on an error back in the 2nd. Cade Gibson, 1-0 pitch, flied foul into the seats down the right field line. Gibson into his 19th game this season with the Fish. He's 2-0, but has a .525 earned run average. Permitted 15 runs in 24 innings prior to today, has the southpaw. Ortiz waits, and the 1-1 high, and it's 2-1 from Gibson. Safe driving tip from Schneider and their professional truck drivers. Today they remind you, put your phone away while driving. Your full attention can save lives. We always reiterate for you, don't text and drive. 2-1 outside, ball 3. Top of the order, Christian Yelich on deck against Cade Gibson. Last night, the Miami bullpen was very good. They did not give up an earned run, but the unearned run, the automatic runner scoring in the 10th, Lake Bacher took a loss. 3-1 coming. Ortiz takes outside corner with a sinker, and it's a full count. Bullpens were both very good last night. Everybody pitched well in yesterday's 2-1 Brewers 10-inning victory, it felt like. Three balls, 2 strikes. Joey Ortiz had that big home run yesterday. The pitch by Gibson, fouled back up over the screen off to our right.
This is the longest homestand of the season, folks, and it's just getting going. Game 2 of 9. Join us for a special Brewers Alumni Legends game coming up after Friday's game against the Rockies. 3-2 again. Just missed. Ball 4 with a fastball. I think a little bit low, and the tying run is aboard. There's the 4th walk of the day by the Marlins. Gibson issues it to Ortiz in front of Yelich. Ortho ASAP. Friday, it's a rare afternoon game. Make note of that. 3 o'clock is the start time for the game against the Rockies. Then the Legends game will follow. And Lane's going to be involved in that. If that's not any reason to come, I don't know what is. Here's a pitch to Yelich in for a strike. He's not playing. Let me qualify that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
You do know that.
I was going to say, I think I do. Yelich has walked and struck out. Takes a ball here from Gibson, lefty-lefty, 1-1. 3-2 Marlins, bottom of the 4th. You can also score a bowling shirt with special tickets and enjoy concessions discounts at that game Friday. Grab your tickets and learn more at Brewers.com/Legends game. There goes the runner. 1-1 pitch fouled by Yelich at the plate. Hit it right off of the dirt. Got a piece of the catcher or the umpire. Couldn't tell which, but Ortiz has to go back to first on strike 2 to Yelich. They're going to have a draft, essentially, to pick the teams. We've found out most of the Legends, Brewers alumni, who are going to participate in that game next Friday, but we don't know which team they're going to play on until Doug Melvin and Gord Ash pick them. 1-2 pitch. High from Gibson to Yelich. Count evens 2-2.
I mean, I'm a little surprised that Doug and Gord didn't require some sort of a combine where they could really evaluate where these guys' skills are at this point in their post-playing days.
1 out. Gibson set at the belt. Ortiz takes his lead, 2-2. Fouled on the left side by Yelich out of play. Well, maybe that, you know, as Gord and Doug would have done in the past, they would have sent scouts out. So maybe they sent some scouts out, right, to see how the guys are looking at home.
That could be the case.
That would seem like a bit of a misallocation of resources. 2-2, fouled again down the left field line by Yelich.
Gonna do it right. Play to win.
Last year, by the way, if you're thinking it's going to be the same thing as that home run derby, it's not. The home run derby last year at about the same time of the season after the game, they had the alumni come back. No, this can be an actual game they play. 2-2 again. Ground ball hits softly towards short. Play here for Otto Lopez. He'll take the out at first on Yelich. Get to there in time, but Ortiz goes to second with 2 out, representing the tying run for Jackson Chorioke coming up to the plate. Soft ground out there by Yelich. This is a good matchup for Jackson. They just started getting a right-hander loose in the bullpen, the Marlins did. And it's such a good matchup that the Marlins don't want Jackson to hit against the lefty Gibson. They'll just walk him and go lefty-lefty with Jake Bauers. They could have brought the righty in, but he wouldn't have been ready. Gibson had faced the requisite 3 batters in order to be removed. So here comes Jake. Struck out and flew out against Meyer. 2 on, 2 out, and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a curveball. Two walks in the inning, 1 intentional. 3-2 Marlins, bottom of the 4th. The 0-1 down and away on a fastball. That's the 2-seam variety from Kate Gibson. Tyler Zuber is that right-hander who is getting loose. Boy, the Brewers have had base runners aplenty. Trailing by a run, though. The 1-1. Bauers hits it in the air into center. Backing up on it goes Esteury Ruiz with a play. Reaching the warning track and a couple of steps in front of the left center field fence. Ruiz makes the catch. And Bauers just misses. The Brewers strand 2 more.
Kevin Gausman was outstanding against the A's last night. Dylan Cease will try to do the same.
Cease was brought on board to not just help lead this rotation this season, but also into the Blue Jays' future.
Just swing and a miss to retire the side. Cease gets Soderstrom. And he blows him away with a fastball for strikeout number 6. He's been striking out guys. There's no question about it.
Blue Jays pitching's got some filthy stuff.
And he rings up another one. That is 5 consecutive strikeouts and 9 in the game for Cease.
That slider is virtually unhittable this afternoon for these Athletics hitters.
3-2, and he got him with a high fastball for strikeout number 12.
This is a different fastball that we are seeing from Dylan Cease this afternoon. It has been electric all day.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Two-run double.
Shane Drowan has settled in, put up a couple of zeros in the 3rd and the 4th, and after trailing 3-0, it's 3-2 Marlins into the 5th. With Drowan back to work, here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. We had an accordion player playing in between innings. That was a new one at the ballpark, an accordion, right? That was an accordion.
Yeah. Tell him what he was playing.
I will.
Yeah.
Heriberto Hernandez leads off this top of the 5th inning, takes the first pitch strike from Drowan. It's 0-1. The chicken dance, right?
Dun,
dun, dun, dun. The 0-1. Strike on the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. And it wasn't even a wedding reception. We didn't have anybody get married and have a wedding reception, so it was still allowed. You could play the chicken dance right here at the ballpark, and everybody was getting in on the action. I don't know who the accordion was. I didn't catch the name. 0-2 pitch to Hernandez is down and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes, but I have a feeling he was from the Kenosha Kickers. Here's the 1-2 to Hernandez. Up and in. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Big fan of the Kenosha Kickers?
Well, I mean, their hit Polka 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 was one of my favorites. The 2-2 pitch is over but low. And it is 3 balls and 2 strikes.
John Candy?
Yeah, Gus Polinski. Might be my favorite part of that scene when he just lists off all their hits. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And pops out of the middle. Contreras, who fires it down to first to complete the strikeout on Hernandez. And there's 1 away here in the 5th. So Drowan with his 6th ortho ASAP strikeout of the afternoon. 1 away for Kyle Stowers. And he's, you may have heard some of our hits. Polka Polka Polka. This has been really impressive from Shane Drowan here today. Looking in. Long hold set. Right at the chest and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A fastball at 95. He strikes out this side. He's got a career high 8 strikeouts here this afternoon. Shane Drowan rolling along. Marlins with a 3-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th on the Brewers radio.
Homered in the first, his 3rd leadoff home run of the postseason. Oh my goodness! Shohei Ohtani! Wow! Up and over the roof! A majestic blast! Ohtani dropped jaws everywhere! And it's 4-0 Dodgers!
117 off the bat, 469 feet. He is the first Dodger to ever have 2 multi-home run games in the same postseason.
Chris Sale's 10th start of the season was a beauty. He goes 7 innings, giving up just 1 run, and he is in line for his first win against the Marlins.
An outstanding outing tonight by Trey Yesavage. 6 innings, 2 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 8, kept the Yankees off the scoreboard.
11 strikeouts from Kyle Harrison. Matching a career-long outing for Kyle Harrison and a dominant 2-hit shutout for the left-hander. Wow.
Outman over. Outman with the dive! Superman hit-saving play by James Outman.
Ryan drops his glove on the mound and gives James Outman a standing ovation.
First pitch of the game, the pitcher hits it out. A living, breathing statue, Shohei Ohtani.
You just don't dare take your eyes off of him.
He's a walking history book.
It's ridiculous what he does.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. William Contreras to lead things off for the Crew. It is a 3-2 lead for the Miami Marlins. Tyler Zuber takes over on the mound for Miami. He becomes the 3rd pitcher used here this afternoon for the Marlins. Former 6th-round pick of the Kansas City Royals, making his 15th appearance of the year for the Marlins. 3.75 ERA. He has covered just 12 innings all year long. Bounced around over the years, debuted all the way back in 2020 with Kansas City. First pitch to Contreras, missed inside of the sweeper. It's 1-0. Was with the Royals in 2021. Did not play in 22. Was not in the big leagues in 23, and then got back to the big leagues in 24 with the Rays. 1-0 is fouled out of play first base side. It's 1-1 on Contreras. Was with the Mets in 25. Made just 1 appearance with the Mets in 25, then found his way to the Marlins last year. Made 9 appearances last year for Miami. 1-1, and Contreras swings on it, fouls it back into the net. It's 1-2. And has carved out a little bit of a role this year in the Marlins bullpen. 31 years of age, out of Arkansas, Tyler Zuber. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Contreras, who's 1 for 2 with an RBI double today. And the pitch missed up and away with a fastball at 96. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Contreras, Mitchell, Lara. Pretty good trio to have up here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Again, the Brewers chasing a run. They trail 3-2. Zuber's 2-2 pitch is a bouncing ball on the left side. Big hop for Lopez. Slings it across in time to take care of Contreras. There's 1 away in the Brewers' half of the 5th. Well, it's hot out there. You better cool off with some Cedar Crest ice cream and frozen custard. Don't forget the brats either. Usingers is everything you need for a Grand Slam tailgate party. Of course, no party's complete without the smooth, rich taste of Pine River cheese spreads. Try one, try them all. So here's Mitchell, already with 22 hits this month. And he takes outside, maybe a touch low as well. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 2 hits today. He's 4 for 6 in this series. Had a great month of June. He's had an even better month of July to this point. 1-0. And swung on and fouled back into the net. He had a good rip at that fastball at 96. That was about thigh high. Zuber probably wanted that pitch up a little bit more. That was a mistake by Zuber, and he got away with it. 1-1. Check swing. He went around, says Nick Marley at third base. And it'll cost Mitchell a strike. It's 1-2. Fastball up and away, that time at 96. Garrett tried to hold back, but ended up offering. So he finds himself behind in the count here to Zuber. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch and a called third strike. Mitchell not so sure about it. Fastball at 97. And I think it did catch the inside corner. It's borderline pitch. Might have been in, to be honest with you. But he is called out on strikes. And the first 2 retired here in the 5th, and Luis Lara is the batter. Lara 0 for 1 with a walk. Pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. This is almost what you would deem a bullpen day today for the Marlins. Getting just 3 innings out of Max Meyer. They're going to have to cover the final 6 innings of this game with their bullpen after extra innings last night, remember. Pitch is outside. It's 1-1 strike. So the fact that Drowan going deep for the Brewers, another positive for the crew. A lot trending in the Brewers' direction in this game, except for they trail by a run right now. The 1-1. Lara fouls it back and out of play into the Loge level to the left of us. 1-2 strikes. Brewers have stranded a pair of runners in each of the last 3 innings. Now they've pushed a couple of runs across in those innings as well. The Marlins have not had a clean inning in this game against this Brewers offense, but Zuber a strike away from doing that here. 1-2 pitch and a ground ball back up the middle into right center. That's a base hit for Luis Lara. It will not be a clean inning for Marlins pitching. Lara with his 2nd hit of the series. You know, Pat Murphy made a comment about him today with me in the pregame show. Just how he does not seem like a rookie. That does not feel like a kid that's been up here essentially a week. It feels like he's been around longer than that. And he carries himself very much like a guy that knows he belongs up here. And that goes a long way. That'll get Cooper Pratt to the plate. Zuber's first pitch is swung on and fouled back. And it's 0-1. Pratt is 0 for 2. Fly out and a strikeout. Looking for the first home run in the big league career of Cooper Pratt. 0-1. Breaking ball missed inside. 1-1 strike. Now would be as good a time as ever for Cooper Pratt to get into one. 1-1 strike on the Brewers rookie. Spin, throw to first. Lara back in there with a dive. Disengagement used by Zuber. Pratt 0 for 5 in the series. He is due. Zuber's 1-1. There goes the runner. Pitches a breaking ball. It's a called strike. The throw goes into center field. Lara can't find it, and by the time he does, he can't scramble to third. It'll be a stolen base for Lara, the first of his big league career. And the Brewers have a runner in scoring position now. The pitch was called a strike, so it's 1-2 on Pratt. Stolen bases presented by Delta Dental. For your fellow fanatics, your personal cheerleaders, and your #1 fans. For all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin, Delta Vision. 1-2 strikes on Pratt. A base hit could tie this game up now. Zuber brings home the pitch, and he missed low with a sweeper. Count is even at 2-2 strikes.
Not only have the Marlins not had a clean inning, the Brewers have had a runner in scoring position at least once every inning.
Yep.
Lots and lots of chances today.
A lot of opportunities, but the Brewers so far today just 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position. A stat they've been very good at in the first half of the season. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back into the net. It stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now time is called again. I think we got a warning on Zuber to wait until Pratt is engaged before he comes set. This will be the 6th pitch of this battle between Zuber and Cooper Pratt. Runner at second, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th. It's a 3-2 Marlins lead. Zuber kicks, delivers, and that one missed. Maybe a touch low. Didn't miss by a lot. And Pratt has worked the count full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. It was just down. Zuber again, kicks, delivers, and a hanging breaking ball, and he hammered it foul up the third baseline. That was a hittable sweeper for Cooper Pratt right at the bottom of the zone, but it hung up there a little bit. And Pratt yanked it foul, putting together a nice at bat here. Cooper has seen some pitches in this game. This will be pitch number 8 of this sequence. Brewers trying to get this game tied at least. Zuber brings home the pitch, fought off and fouled it back into the net. It's a nice at bat being put together by Cooper Pratt right here. He's going to see at least 9 pitches. You've got Braden Shoemake in the on deck circle. Brewers fell behind 3-0 in the second inning. They're been playing from behind all afternoon long. (3-2). And he took a call, third strike. Fastball at 96. And it caught the very bottom of the strike zone, and Pratt strikes out. And the inning is over. Brewers strand runner in.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Second was nearly the ball gets on by Peters in center field. And air on Tristan Peters out there.
Then Peters has some problems.
Wrong place, buddy. Take the luck, though.
Yeah, no kidding. Really a short stride. He keeps it really, really simple. Now he's talking to him.
He's had enough.
It's like there's a magnet over there.
He has seen enough.
It's about time, Alfie.
That ball got into the upper deck, and then it ended back up on the playing field. Oh, no.
Radio Network.
We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's a 3-2 Marlins lead. And Javier Sonoja will lead things off for Miami against Shane Drowan. Drowan's pitched very well so far today. First pitch swinging. He lines one foul down the left field line and out of play. And it's 0-1. Got out in front of a slider. Drowan's at 80 pitches. This probably would be it for Shane. Try to get him through this 6th inning if you're the Crew. The 0-1 to Sonoja. And he missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Already with a career high 8 strikeouts today for Drowan. And again, the 3 runs he gave up in that second inning. It could have been worse, and a lot of soft contact in that inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that's line foul down the left field line. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Calvin Faucher's getting loose in the Marlins bullpen. Sanoja, Hicks, and then Jimenez to hit here in the 6th for the Marlins. The 1-2 pitch. And he nailed the outside corner with a slider. It's going to be challenged by Sanoja.
Oh, the field is a strike. The batter's challenging.
And Sanoja's going to win it. This one is low. Challenge is brought to you by Pillow Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Pitches the ball. Miami has 1 challenge remaining.
So instead of strikeout number 9 for Drowan, count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Craig Yoho getting loose in the Brewers bullpen. Here's the 2-2 from Drowan. Chopper behind the bag at third, but foul. And it'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we've talked a lot about different things that have transpired over the course of the season for the Brewers, Josh, and Shane Drowan emerging has been a necessity, frankly, for the Brewers in this rotation. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball. That is strikeout number 9 for Drowan. He has struck out 4 in a row. Adds to his career high total, and that gets Liam Hicks to the plate. But also, Josh, Craig Yoho, who's getting loose out of that bullpen, that may be another big development that is currently going on for the Brewers. He is starting to look like a guy the Brewers can hand the ball to in some big spots now.
Well, they did last night.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Got his first career win. First pitch to Liam Hicks. Fouled out of play, third base side. It's 0-1. But when you have the injuries and the adversity the Brewers have dealt with at times over the course of this season, it takes guys like that stepping forward to help you get through the season. And Yoho's been a big part of things for the Brewers here the last couple of weeks. No balls and 1 strike on Hicks. Here's the pitch. And he nailed the inside part of the plate with a cut fastball. It's 0-2. 3-2 Marlins, top of the 6th inning. Drowan's 0-2 pitch. And a liner right into the leaping glove of Braden Shoemaker at second base for the 2nd out of the inning. And before Jimenez hits 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. With Josh Maurer and Ken Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here this afternoon. It is a 3-2 Marlins lead. First pitch to Leo Jimenez from Drowan, missed high, and it's 1-0. We are in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs, nobody on. Drowan's been spectacular over the course of this game here today. Drowan's 1-0 pitch is a bouncing ball left side. Big hop for Pratt. Fields. Fires. Out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Shane Drowan. He's been spectacular today. He's through 6. And he gets a nice ovation from the fans.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
Oh, no, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We're always
always there when you need us. Call for a free inspection today. We treat each client like family and each home as if it were our own. LeoFamilyRenovations.com.
Tonight's sixth inning is sponsored by Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the trade. Looking for a high-paying, hands-on career? Start your future at steam601.org.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning, a 3-2 Marlins lead in the sixth inning as the Woodman's Food Market's home run inning. Our contestant is Sharon Moss from Berlin. Sharon will win a gift card jackpot of $950 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning. First pitch swinging for Braden Shoemaker, and he lines the ball into the right field corner. He's on the move, turns first on his way to second with a leadoff double against the new pitcher Calvin Fauché. How about that? Right out of the gate, Braden Shoemaker in his first start at American Family Field, his second start as a Brewer, and his third game overall. He has had an impact here today. Had the leaping catch, had the sac fly to drive in a run back in the second inning, and now has a leadoff double. $75 the Mac Fund, courtesy of Westspin, the Silver Lining. So here's Joey Ortiz. First pitch to him, swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Yeah, Sharon will win a gift card jackpot of $950 if a member of the crew hits a home run this inning, and $100 added to the total for each additional home run this half. Visit any participating Woodman's store to enter. Service and savings, that's Woodman's. Here's the 0-1 to Ortiz, and he takes a breaking ball down and away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers have had the leadoff man aboard 4 times in this game now. Can they make it pay off here in this bottom of the sixth? Trailing 3-2. The 1-1 missed down and away, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think if you're wondering, well, why isn't Joey Ortiz bunting? They don't want to take the bat out of his hands right now, as well as he's been swinging it these last few weeks.
He has earned the right to swing away here. He has had a lot of hard contact. 2-1. That caught the outside corner. Sinker at 96 from Fauché. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, a leadoff double from Braden Shoemaker. Brewers in business here in the bottom of the sixth. Fauché kicks, hand delivers, and a tapper foul off the end of the bat, first base side. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, sometimes you have unlikely heroes. It would be fun if Braden Shoemaker is one of those here today for the crew, who was not in the lineup initially. Remember, this was a scratch from Bryce Terang late. They got Shoemaker into the lineup today. 2-2 pitch, up and in, and the count is full on Ortiz. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Joey putting together a nice at bat. He's reached both times, but he reached on an error in the second inning. And a walk in the fourth. So he's 0 for 1 today. Going to use his timeout here. Shoemaker stands at second. There is nobody out here. Bottom of the sixth inning. Abner Uribe starts to play catch in the Brewers bullpen. Here's the 3-2. And he took it down and away. Ortiz works the walk, his second of the day. And the Brewers have first and second and nobody out. And Yelich coming to the plate. Yelich 0 for 2 today with a walk. Jimenez, the third baseman, anticipating a potential bunt. He's going to play up on the grass. Right on the very edge of the grass. First pitch, Yelich swinging away. A swing and a miss over the top of a curveball. It's 0-1. They'll throw that baseball out of play. Shoemaker at second after the leadoff double. Ortiz worked the walk. There's nobody out here in the sixth. Great threat for the Brewers. Fauché kicks, delivers, and missed up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers are 2 for 11 with runners in scoring position here this afternoon. One of those was an infield single for Garrett Mitchell that didn't score a runner. 1-1 is outside. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Fauché worked in last night's game. Got the 7th inning, gave up a hit, but nothing else. 1st and 2nd, and nobody out here for Yelich. There go the runners. The pitch is high. The throw to second is not in time. Ortiz in there under the tag. On to third goes Shoemake. The Brewers pull off the double steal, and boy, are they in business now. Runners at 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out, and a 3-1 count at the plate on Yelich. Yelich getting clarification on what the call was. The pitch was high with a cut fastball. Those stolen bases brought to you by Delta Dental. And now the infield has to come in for the Marlins. 2nd and 3rd, and nobody out. And a hitter's count here for Christian Yelich. The pitch. Yelich took low. He walked him. And the bases are packed for the Crew here in the 6th. 2 walks in the inning. The Brewers now have worked 7 walks in this game. And the crowd to their feet as we'll get a mound visit here for Miami. It's actually the 8th walk drawn by the Brewers in this game. And you keep walking, guys, eventually a big swing's in there somewhere, and the Brewers are hoping that's going to be the case right here. They've got the bases full of Brewers for Jackson Chourio. Jackson has walked twice today. He's also been called out on strikes back in the 1st inning. Marlins will bring the infield in. You've got Shoemake at 3rd, Ortiz at 2nd, and Yelich at 1st. Good speed on the base paths for the Crew. Again, there is nobody out. The Brewers trail it 3-2. Fauché looking in. The pitch. And a liner into center. That's down for a base hit. Shoemake will score. Racing around 3rd is Ortiz. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And the Brewers take a 4-3 lead on a 2-run single from Jackson Chourio. Yelich stops at 2nd. The Brewers have 1st and 2nd. Still nobody out. And Jake Bauers coming to the plate for the Crew. Chourio drives in, number 38 and 39 on the season. And he was up there looking to drive something, and he got the first pitch, a sweeper down the middle, and he lined it back up the middle. Bauers takes a breaking ball down and away, and it's 1-0. So the Brewers play with the lead for the first time today. And again, looking for more here in this 6th. The 1-0 pitch, and Bauers swing and a miss. He went after a cutter down below the zone. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Four to 3, Brewers out in front here. Uribe getting loose in the Brewers pen. Fauché, the 1-1. And Bauers took a strike on a sweeper that landed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Action in that bullpen for the Marlins. Ryan Gusto is getting loose for Miami. Fauché's North Shore adult diaper loading right now. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bauers. The pitch. Missed down and in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Actually really looks, Lane, right now like the shadows would be an issue for the hitters, although you wouldn't know it by the way the Brewers have hit against Fauché in the inning.
They have had a good approach. Really have had a good approach all day long. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Jake Bauers. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after a sweeper down below the zone, and Bauers strikes out. That's the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and here's William Contreras. Make tailgating easy this season by picking up the George Webb Double Play Meal Deal on your way to the game. 7 cheeseburgers, 2 orders of fries for just $17.99. The perfect pregame meal for hungry baseball fans. Contreras takes outside. It's 1-0. Fauché just threw his 20th pitch of this inning. And again, he's recorded just the 1 out. That strikeout of Bauers. The 1-0 pitch. Way outside, and a nice stab by Mack, the catcher. That saved 90 feet from both the runners. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Contreras likely going to get after this pitch. 2-0. I bet you he's going to take a big hack if this thing's anywhere close. Here comes, and a swing and a miss at a sweeper in the zone, and he took a major cut, just like we predicted. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, you weren't kidding.
Might have been a touch up and out of the zone, but still one that Williams probably going to get after most of the time. 2 balls and 1 strike on William Contreras. Fauché brings home the pitch, and they appeal to first. He went, says Marvin Hudson, and the Brewers dugout doesn't agree. Contreras with a little smirk. Pat Murphy's like, are you kidding me? That's a bad call. Didn't go. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Contreras. Fauché out of the stretch. The pitch. And a pop-up foul and out of play first base side. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Man, as Fauché had to throw some pitches. One thing you know, Fauché probably won't be available tomorrow for the Marlins after pitching last night. Now it may be close to 30 pitches or more before he's out of the game here today. Still just 1 out in the inning. And now he'll step off and look the runners back to their bags. The Brewers and really every team in baseball have had a lot of success running on the Marlins. Mack is a little different story, though. He has been better at holding runners at bay behind the plate. 2-2 pitch. Tapper right side. Big hop for the first baseman Stowers. He will flip to Fauché covering at first for the second out. The runners move up 90 feet, though. And the Brewers have runners at second and third now with 2 outs for Garrett Mitchell. This is the guy you want up in this spot if you're the Crew. Mitchell 2 for 3 today, has a couple of hits and a clutch opportunity for him here. The Brewers lead at 4-3, but a chance for a little bit of breathing room if Mitchell can deliver. First offering, and Garrett takes high. It's 1-0. Mitchell has 4 hits in the series. Fauché looks in. And the 1-0 pitch. And he checked. Oh, they say he went. They appeal to third. Nick Marley says that Mitchell went. Mitchell just kind of with his head cocked to the side. Pat Murphy is barking down at third base right now. Get a look at the replay. That one I think was closer than Contreras's. Check swing calls are maybe the most infuriating thing in this game right now. The 1-1. Mitchell took high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Second and third for the Crew, 2 outs. Does Mitchell have a clutch 2-out hit in him right here? 2-1. Way up and away, and it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Luis Lara is in the on-deck circle if this inning extends. Fauché's about to throw his 30th pitch of this inning.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine, Lane, that if he doesn't get Mitchell, that he would stay in to face Lara. As many pitches as he's thrown, and also having worked yesterday.
Agreed. This is probably the end of the line here for Fauché one way or another. The pitch caught the outside edge. Mitchell wasn't so sure. He was getting ready to head to first. Got his full. It's 3-2. Fauché will go to the rosin behind the mound for a moment. Big pitch about to be unfurled in this game right here. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fauché kicks, delivers, and Mitchell a liner into left center field. That is down for a base hit. Yelich will score. Churio around third. He's going to score. Streaking for second is Mitchell. It's a 2-run double, and the Brewers lead it 6-3. The summer of Garrett Mitchell continues here in Milwaukee. And that is going to be it for Fauché. His day is done. Clayton McCullough has made the call to the bullpen. Gusto's coming in. And the North Shore adult diapers are going on. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. 6-3 Brewers, 6 unanswered runs here in this game after trailing 3-0. Brewers still hitting in the bottom of the 6th on the Brewers Radio Network.
Baseball's brightest stars take the field for the Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Baseball brings us together.
Last time you guys went head-to-head, it was a little more stressful. This is a little more chill of a day.
This is much better. I can give Schneid's a big old hug.
All is right, and Mike Trout is playing in the All-Star Game.
And the Yankees have all 3 runs batted in.
Front door sinker's probably a bad idea, huh? Let's do it.
Juan's got a look on his face like, man, that's nasty. How about a 3-strikeout first inning?
Technology break.
In every voice rising from the crowd, there's hope.
Oh, what a play, Ernie Clement.
Wow!
In every at-bat, the opportunity to take your swing and to write your place in history.
Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. The American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star Game in 13 years.
Cody, congratulations on the 2026 All-Star Game MVP.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Fauché could not get himself through this 6th inning. The Brewers have struck for a 4 spot here in the bottom of the 6th. They still have a runner in scoring position in Garrett Mitchell after the 2-run double from Mitchell to extend the lead to 6-3 Milwaukee. First pitch to Lara is outside, and it's 1-0. Been a good approach at the plate all afternoon long for the Brewers. Gusto's 1-0 pitch is a strike at the knees. It's challenged by Lara. Brewers have just one challenge remaining. And this one is going to be low. He's going to win it. Challenge brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Good challenge by the young rookie, 21-year-old Luis Lara. 2 balls and no strikes the count here on the Brewers right fielder. He's had a good day at the plate. He's reached twice. He's 1 for 2. Here's the 2-0, and Lara took down and in. It is 3-0. Chance to extend this inning to Pratt. Lara is the 8th batter of this inning for Milwaukee. The pitch, strike on the outside edge. It's 3-1. Lara with 2 hits in this series. 3-1 pitch. And a fly ball to center. It is pushing back Ruiz. Still back onto the warning track with a play. Reaches up and makes the catch. And the inning is over. But the Brewers strike for 4 runs. And they lead it 6-3 as we head to the 7th on the Brewers Radio Network, presented by American Family Insurance.
When it's time to explore assisted living, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. That's why we partnered with the American Seniors Housing Association to promote Where You Live Matters.
While we're still in Philly for the All-Star Game, let's take a look around Citizens Bank Park. Home of the Philadelphia Phillies, the bank opened its doors in 2004. Just beyond center field, Ashburn Alley serves as a history lesson for baseball in Philadelphia. There's also games for kids. And tons of great restaurants. you can come to Philly and not have a Philly cheesesteak. Or try a Sanchez slider, the Schwarbomb sundae, and come on, Bull's barbecue. I mean, delicious. And once you've got your hands on some grub, quickly find your seat. You don't want to miss a thing.
Up the middle, and the American League catches in.
Oh, God.
Wow, that ball is absolutely destroyed by Miguel Vargas. And the American League has pitched the first shutout in the All-Star game in 13 years.
It's been a treat, Philly. See you next time.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
It was 3-0 Marlins. They had that 3 spot in the second against Shane Drowan. It has been 6-0 Milwaukee ever since. And I'll tell you what, you and I each alluded to this earlier. This Brewers team recently, they fall behind, and it does not seem to ever matter.
They are comfortable playing from behind, and that is just not the way it is for most teams.
It shouldn't be.
It's very abnormal.
Uribe is coming in, and there's going to be a pinch hitter here for Esteury Ruiz, Griffin Conine. And so seeing that, William Contreras immediately goes to use a Potawatomi Sportsbook trip to the mound to chat with Abner before Griffin Conine hits. How about Shane Drowan? He is a huge part of the story. Goes 6 innings. And after those 3 runs in the second, could have been frustrated. He never folded up the tent. Just got better and better. Laney ended up retiring the final 9 batters that he faced. Gave up 5 hits, a walk, and a career-high 9 strikeouts in just the 3 runs. He is now in line for the win. Griffin Conine hit a home run yesterday against Logan Henderson for the Marlins' lone run of that loss. Left-handed batter takes the slider down low. The son of Jeff Conine.
Yeah, for Drowan, Josh, just to follow up on that, he pitched so much better than his line's even going to look.
Conine hitting .272 on the year with 6 homers. And he takes a strike with that slider from Uribe. Conine just recently back from a long injured list stint. It's been very good since he got healthy. Yeah, you're right. Some of that action in the second inning was pretty unlucky. The 1-1. Conine swings through a 3rd consecutive slider that he sees from Abner, and it's 1-2. Uribe got the 8th inning last night. And another scoreless frame for Abner. He has been terrific, especially these last few weeks. 1-2 pitch. Conine swing and a miss. Got him with a slider down low. He saw 4 pitches. They were all slide pieces. And that's how it begins for Uribe, just as it was for a lot of Drowan's outing. Ortho ASAP strikeout. That's 10 now for Milwaukee pitchers. 1 out for the catcher, Joe Mack. Abner overall is coming into appearance number 41. Mack takes down low. That's a 5th consecutive slider. Throwing those sliders to these 2 left-handed batters. Abner this season 4-2 with 6 saves and a shrinking 2.50 ERA. Mack is 0 for 2. He takes down and in. Here's the first 2-seam fastball of the appearance, and he missed. 99 on the radar gun, 2-0. In fact, after that second inning, just going back to Drowan for a moment, Marlins only have 1 base run. The 2-0. Mack lines a base hit into left center. That one over into the gap. Going to get it is the center fielder Mitchell. Mack turning and putting on the brakes. Good job by Garrett, moving hard to his right and holding Joe Mack to a 1-out opposite field single. It's the first hit Miami has had since that second. 6-3 Milwaukee leading by 3, and Otto Lopez, the most dangerous in this Miami lineup, coming to the plate for a 4th time. Lopez has an infield hit, a deep sacrifice fly, and then a hard ground out. He takes the slider from Uribe in for a strike. Abner is working on 12 consecutive scoreless outings. It began in the Braves series several weeks back. Timeout used by Lopez before the 0-1. Milwaukee trying to clinch the season series against the Fish. Won the series back in April on the road, trying to win the first two here. One out. Then now Abner is ready. The 0-1. Down and away with the slider on Otto Lopez. Officially 1 for 2 in this game. That ground out his last at bat was a phenomenal defensive play at third by Joey Ortiz to rob him. Infield at double play depth. The 1-1. Hard ground ball, just foul though, wide of third. 1-2. The Brewers win this game. It'll be just the second time in the last 6 years they win a season series from the Marlins. Miami's played these good Brewer teams very well over the last few years, but Milwaukee, great opportunity to win both of the series here in 2026. As Aaron Ashby, to no one's surprise in this ballpark, is starting to get loose in the bullpen. Runner at first is Mack. There is one out. Uribe set. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Otto Lopez is a hard man to put away, but Abner Uribe does it. And both of the outs he's recorded here in the 7th have been ortho ASAP punch-outs. 2 down, and here's Heriberto Hernandez. Give you a little peek behind the curtain. Sometimes because of timing in a pregame show, we have to put certain segments that we do on tape. Kent is very good at orchestrating all that. I think maybe we should each just put on tape Aaron Ashby's getting loose in the bullpen. Just have it at the ready. First pitch, Hernandez. It's close to strike, and Contreras drops it. It's called a ball, and it goes all the way to the backstop, so Mack goes into scoring position. You don't see that happen often. Should be a pass ball. It is. Very easily could have been called a strike there. He was off the plate by an inch maybe. And so Mack at second with 2 out. 1-0 the count on Heriberto Hernandez. Brewers just scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th. All of them against reliever Calvin Fauché to turn a 3-2 deficit into this 6-3 lead. And Uribe looking for the shutdown 7th inning. The 1-0. Down and away. 101 miles an hour. Hello, Abner. Ball, though, 2-0. Hernandez 0 for 2 with a walk. That's sandwiched in between a pair of punch-outs. Brewers pitching now with 11 Ks. Here's ball 3. Sinker missed. It's 3-0 on deck. You got the dangerous Kyle Stowers. Drive Around the League brought to you by Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and trusted contractors building Wisconsin together. The Cubs beat the Twins to even that series at Wrigley earlier today, 6-2. Behind Matthew Boyd. Uribe's 3-0. Taking all the way is Heriberto, and it's a strike. 100 miles an hour, 3-1. Brewers would need to win this game to stay 6 games ahead of the second place Cubs. Third place Cardinals are losing in the desert against the Diamondbacks 5-2. That's in the bottom of the 7th. Arizona trying to even that series at 1. 3-1 outside corner, called a strike with a slider, just clipped the edge, and a full count on Heriberto Hernandez. If he had challenged that, I think it would have been ball 4. Very, very close. He did not. Full count with 2 out and a runner at second base. Uribe ready, payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. 101 mile an hour, pure unleaded gas. Put that one in the holster, Abner Uribe. He just blew.
Get and traded to Boston from Chicago. You see here the traditional jersey. I love a road jersey because it says where you're from, and this is simple, clean, and cool. And then you see this patch right here. This is from the 2013 postseason run, which was unlike anything I had ever been a part of, to punch through and hoist that trophy. Boston strong forever, baby.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Camry hits it out of the park with impressive miles per gallon. No matter which Toyota you choose, you're driving an MVP. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Brewers fans, make watching the games from home more comfortable this season with Steinhafels, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. Shop in store and online at steinhafels.com.
Bottom of the 7th inning, everybody in this capacity crowd got stretched out as Ryan Gusto continues on the mound for the Marlins. It's 6-3 Milwaukee. How about 3 strikeouts in the top of the frame from Abner Uribe? Cooper Pratt versus the right-hander Gusto. First pitch, inside corner, called strike 1. 7th inning stretch sponsored by IslandResortGolf.com. Escape to the Island Resort and Casino, where championship golf, relaxing spa treatments, great dining, and casino excitement create the perfect summer getaway. Here's a little pop in the shallow right. Second baseman Edwards going out, still going out, can't get there. It falls for a base hit on a bleeder for Cooper Pratt. Here come the Coups. First hit of the series for Mr. Pratt. Didn't hit it hard, put it into a perfect spot. This has been a story of this game. Lane has pointed it out. The Brewers continue to get the leadoff man on. 5 out of the 7 innings. This man, Braden Shoemake, doubled to start the 4-run rally in the 6th. He hits one on the ground to first. Off the glove of Stowers. Picks it up, feeds the pitcher. It wouldn't have been in time anyway, and it's wide of Gusto. It rolls to the sidewall. And to third base goes Pratt on the error. He might have to give Stowers 2 errors there. First, for fielding that ground ball by Braden Shoemake. It popped off his glove as he moved over to his right. Then he threw it wide of the covering pitcher Ryan Gusto, and it went over out of the reach of everybody near that foul wall.
I agree with you. I think that's got to be, it's got to be 2 errors in my opinion. Unless you're going to be generous and score the first play off the glove a hit, but that would be generous in my opinion.
Stowers with the defensive miscues. Shoemake, the batter, ended up at second, and as I told you, Cooper Pratt went to third. Joey Ortiz bats with the infield in and takes in tight from Gusto, ball 1. I don't think that you could give him a hit on the initial chance because he had a pretty routine play.
I agree. It's got to be 2 errors.
1-0. Popped foul by Joey back into the screen. Well, Gusto came into this game to get the final out in that 6th behind Calvin Fauché. He is the 4th reliever used by the Marlins today. Remember, Max Meyer, their all-star, went only 3 innings. Brewers got his pitch count up into the 70s, and he was out. 6-3 Milwaukee, infield out. The 1-1 is down low, but challenged by Mack.
Call the field ball, the catcher's challenging.
And it was a strike. He's going to win that one. Derek Thomas, his strike zone today, has...
Pitch is a strike. Miami has 1 challenge remaining.
How do I put this kindly, Lane? His strike zone has left something to be desired.
Yeah, it hasn't been great.
And they did give 2 errors to the first baseman, Kyle Stowers, on that miscue on the ball that Shoemake just hit. 1-2 on Ortiz, who's twice walked. He's 0 for 1 officially. The pitch. Swinging a tip foul, and Max squeezes it. That's a big first out for Ryan Gusto in the home 7th. There were changes defensively as well in the outfield. Remember, the Marlins, the top of the inning, had pinch hit for Esteury Ruiz. The new center fielder, Javier Sanoja, moved from right, and Griffin Conine stayed in the game to play right field. Second and third, 1 out. Infield remains in, and here's Christian Yelich. Pitch by Gusto is in tight on a cutter, ball 1. This has not been a clean series for the Marlins pitching. After 8 walks last night, they've walked 7 batters today, including Yelich twice. The 1-0 high, and it's 2-0. That at bat, by the way, for Joey Ortiz was the 17th for a Brewer hitter in this game with a runner in scoring position. Wow. They are 4 for 17 now. They lead 6-3. The 2-0. Yelich takes down low, ball 3 from Gusto. You got Pratt, who blooped a single at third. And you've got Shoemake, who reached on the error at second. 3-0 coming. Threw him a breaking ball, and he dropped it in at the top of the zone for strike 1 to Yelich. 3-0 slider. Brewers looking for some more breathing room. Up by 3 in the 7th. Gusto's 3-1. Chopped foul up the first baseline. Cutter coming in on the left-handed batter. Full counts with Jackson Churio on deck and Aaron Ashby still getting loose in the bullpen. If you score another run or 2 here, you may be able to change your pitching plans. Stay away from the leverage guys, as we know those top relievers to be called these days. 3-2 to Yelich. Hit late and fouled into the screen over the third base Marlins dugout. Emergency cut at a fastball that probably was ball 4, but Christian thought it was too close for comfort. Pratt at third, Shoemake second. All the way in on the infield. Gusto has his sign from Mack. The right-handers 3-2 again. Line drive left field, slicing into the corner. Fair ball. That's going to roll all the way to the sidewall and reaches the warning track. 2 runs score. Finally, Roberto Hernandez digs it out, throws it in. But Christian Yelich is standing at second base with an opposite field 2-run double. How many times have we seen that inside-out swing from Yelly over the years? And it's 8-3 Milwaukee here in the 7th inning. Pitch out away from him. He went with it, and he shot it fair by less than a foot inside the left field chalk. Another double. Another $75 donation to the MAC Fund from West Bend Insurance, the silver lining. Still just 1 out, and Jackson Churio swings and grounds 1 to short. And it's booted by Otto Lopez, who reached with a backhand. He kicked it off his glove into shallow left. Safe at first is Churio. Holding at second is Yelich. Second error of the day by Otto Lopez. You didn't have to wait for the official scoring decision on that one. Making a bit of a defensive mess this inning behind Ryan Gusto are the Fish. That's 3 errors in the 7th inning. Lopez, he's got 15 errors this season now, and here comes Jake Bauers with runners still on at first and second and still just 1 out. Bauers is 0 for 4 with a couple of punch-outs. There go the runners. Pitch is low. Throw to third by Mack. Not in time. Safe there is Yelich. And Churio followed him to second base. Second and third with 1 out. And the Brewers have stolen 7 bases today on Joe Mack. They are 7 for 7. Incredible. Yelich swipes his 7th of the year. He's not been caught. Chourio gets his second of the day, and that's number 10, all presented by Delta Dental. Infield comes in again, 1-0 on Bowers. The pitch tipped foul into the catcher's mitt on a changeup, 1-1. 7 for 7 in one game. The second inning in a row they've had a double steal. Shoemaker and Ortiz did that in the 6th. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball to first with the infield in. Stowers fields, throws home, and they've got Yelich now in a pickle. He stops about 3/4 of the way to the plate. Mack runs at him, throws to the third baseman Jimenez. Now to Stowers, who came in, and they finally tag Yelich out. Stayed in the rundown long enough for Bowers to go to second and Chourio to third. But a ground ball hit by Bowers right to the first baseman. 3-2-5-3 is how the second out of this inning will be recorded. And it remains 8-3 Milwaukee at the moment, thanks to that. A little bit of redemption there for Kyle Stowers. So second and third with 2 out. And here's William Contreras. He's got an RBI double today. First pitch, up and in. He spins back out of the way of that changeup from Ryan Gusto. How about 8 unanswered runs? It was 3-0 Marlins after the top of the second inning this afternoon. Now 8-3 Milwaukee. The 1-0. Fly ball to center. Back goes Javier Sanoja with a play. Now he stops and comes in a step or two. Reaches up with 2 hands, and Sanoja squeezes out number 3. Brewers get a couple, though, in an inning where there were 3 Miami defensive errors. Christian Yelich hits a 2-run double. We go to the...
A lot of baseball fans have some familiarity with the T206 American Tobacco card set. Of course, features the famous Hannes Wagner card. What we have here are 3 cards from the lesser-known T205 set, which really was a successor to T206. T206 came out in 1909. These 3 cards, as part of the T205 set, came out in 1911.
Dylan Cease, first season in Toronto, 2.56 ERA, is third in the American League. He leads the league in strikeouts. He's been on an absolute tear lately. 20 strikeouts over his last 15 innings. No runs in that time. There you go. Finished him off. Back-to-back sliders to get Schwarber right there. Well done.
That ball. This was a tight slider that stayed in the zone longer, and Schwarber had to decide. And once he decided, it was under the barrel.
Good start, Dylan.
Thank you.
Juan's got a look on his face like, man, that's nasty.
It's coming out good right now. I don't know what the radar guns are, but
fastball on the outside part of the plate. You don't see Soto swing and miss too often.
Nice.
Hey, how about a 3-strikeout first inning, Dylan Cease?
And that will do it. Cease will end up striking out 3 in the first, work around a Freeman walk, and they don't score a run. So at the end of 1, it is the American League up 3-0.
Brewers Radio Network.
What a day for the Brewers in front of a capacity crowd. 40,144. They've scored 8 runs in a row and lead Miami 8-3 as we go to the 8th inning. Craig Yoho takes over now for the Brewers. Remember, he got up earlier in this game when the Brewers were still trailing. Now he replaces Uribe for the 8th, and to take us home, here is Lane Grindle.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Kyle Stowers leads things off for the Marlins. Yoho looks in, and the first pitch is a high fly ball right field. It is deep. Back is Lara onto the warning track, right on the edge of it. Settles underneath, makes the catch, and there is one away. Good start for Craig Yoho. Fastball at the top of the zone, and Stowers hit it high and far, but in the ballpark. One away for Edwards now for Miami. Brewers in control to try to win this series and give themselves a chance at a sweep tomorrow afternoon. They've got some work to do in this one first. First pitch to Edwards is in there for a strike with a fastball at 95, and it's 0-1. Today's 8th inning is being brought to you by the Wisconsin Laborers District Council and the over 900 signatory contractor partners who are building Wisconsin's infrastructure. The 0-1, that missed low with a cutter, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike here on Edwards. Learn more at liunawisconsin.org. That's liunawisconsin.org, and feel the power. The 1-1. That missed down and away with a changeup. It goes to 2-1 on Edwards. Edwards 0 for 3 today, just 1 for 7 in the series. A couple of strikeouts today for Edwards. Yoho's 2-1. Swing and a miss at the changeup. Woo. That one was nasty. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Edwards will use his timeout here for a brief moment. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 8th inning. The Brewers have exploded for 8 runs in this game and 6 runs over the last 2 innings. Yoho looks in. And the 2-2 pitch. And a ground ball on the right side of the infield. Shoemake fields it. Throws to first in time. Changeup got a ground ball for Yoho there. There's 2 away. And that gets Javier Sonoja to the plate here for the Marlins. Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy is a refreshing Weiss beer with natural lemonade flavor. Leinenkugel's flavor the moment. Sonoja had the double and came around and scored back in the 2nd inning. 1 for 3 today. Yoho out of the stretch. Kicks and delivers. And a fly ball into shallow right center field. Long run for everybody. It's going to be Lara cutting in front of Mitchell and making the catch. And the inning is over. Boy, that was in the Bermuda Triangle. Shoemake was going out. Mitchell was coming in. Lara.
The people are welcoming. They're loving. They're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right, right on a cliff.
Gathers himself and he gets Benj on a nice play by Bryson Stott over there at second, diving to his left. 1 pitch. And another 1 pitch out.
Dead center field into the batter's eye for Francisco Alvarez. A solo home run gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. His 14th save this season and the 100th save of his major league career.
Beatty has left the yard. 5th home run of the year comes off Nola here in the 7th. It's 2-0 Mets. His 2nd blast of the night, and back-to-back homers make it 3-0 New York.
Strike 3 called. Phillies lose the challenge. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings, and he and the Mets take a 1-0 lead into the 6th.
Friday, Milwaukee baseball is here.
Major League Baseball has been put on notice.
On the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Garrett Mitchell to lead things off for the Brewers. Gusto stays out there on the mound for the Marlins. Mitchell's had himself another great day. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. It is 8-3 Milwaukee. Mitchell, 3 hits today, including the 2-run double that came back in the 6th inning. Gusto's 0-1. And Mitchell took a strike with a cut fastball on the inner half. It's no balls and 2 strikes. How about 5 hits in this series already for Garrett? 0-2 pitch. Mitchell took a called 3rd strike. He's going to challenge it, and I think he'll win it. Let's see what the
Call the
data
field
tells
strike,
us.
the batter's challenging.
Oh, no, it is in the zone. That looked outside with the way it was caught by Joe Mack, but that was all the way in the
Call
zone.
confirmed. Milwaukee's out of challenge.
I think Garrett was fooled just like I was by the way Mack caught that pitch. It was not the location they intended for that pitch to be. So Mack had to turn his glove over to catch it, but it was in the zone, and Mitchell strikes out looking to start up the 8th inning. One away for Luis Lara. Brewers looking for some Network Health Insurance runs here. They've got a few of them already in this game. The pitch. Lara takes a strike. It's 0-1. Network Health plans provide members with access to high-quality, coordinated care in 25 counties throughout eastern Wisconsin. Visit networkhealth.com today. Here's the 0-1 to Lara. Way inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Brewers with 8 runs on 10 hits here this afternoon. Gusto's 1-1, and Lara swing and a miss at a changeup down and away. It is 1-2. Lara's got a hit today. He's reached twice. He's officially 1 for 3. Hit a ball to the warning track in center his last time up. Has his first stolen base of his career in this game here today. Gusto's 1-2 pitch. Way outside. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pratt would follow. He's in the on deck circle. There's 1 out, nobody on here. Bottom of the 8th inning. Brewers have cruised in the late innings of this one so far. 2-2 pitch. Lara took low and the count is full. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's nobody warming in the Brewers bullpen, so Craig Yoho would get the 9th inning, it would appear. Try to finish this one off with a crew. Gusto's 3-2 pitch. Fouled off down the third baseline and out of play. And we'll do it again. Gusto has been able to eat some innings and outs since coming on in the 6th inning for the Marlins. They needed somebody to give them some length after Meyer only went 3 innings today for Miami. 3-2 pitch. And Lara, chopper to first base. Stowers plays it on the forehand, flips to Gusto covering for the 2nd out. 2 away for Cooper Pratt. Well, in baseball, every player loves to hit for the cycle. Single, the double, the triple, the home run. There's another cycle in baseball, and it's a bit easier. You just eat a Usinger brat, a Polish, an Italian sausage, then of course the all-beef Frank has to be a part of it. You do that all in 9 innings and you've eaten for the cycle. That's the way you eat for the cycle. Courtesy of our friends at Usinger's. First pitch to Pratt is in there for a strike and it's 0-1.
When are we setting up that challenge here for this booth?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, this homestand would have been a good one to do it. 0-1 swing and a miss. Cooper almost came out of his shoes on a pitch that ran up and in with a changeup. It's 0-2.
Well, it's you and Jeff on the microphone every game after this series for the rest of the homestand.
Yeah.
So I'd be happy to officiate.
You don't want to participate. Kent, would you participate in it? He may. Here's the 0-2 to Pratt. Bouncing ball to third. Big hop for the third baseman Jimenez. Throws across in time to take care of Pratt. And the inning is over. Now Brewers go down in order. We go to the 9th inning. We'll think about that a little bit during the break when we're going to do the.
Here's Jackson, the last time at bat in Reggie Jackson's career.
I would compare my career to a farmer. It rained when you wanted, sunshine when you wanted to. And when you loaded up your truck, the prices were at an all-time high.
Broken bat up the middle, base hit Reggie Jackson.
On the way home with a pocket full of money, you'd be smiling. Well.
I'm Jonathan Nahum, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit. where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Some overnight oats right before the game. My teammates look at me like, what are you doing, dude?
My mom's cooking, probably. She makes some good. She's got a tuna fish casserole. That's pretty good.
I went 5 for 5. I need to eat the same thing. Last time, Saturday, I ate arepa with eggs, and then next day, I gotta eat arepas with eggs. So my mom make it for me, and then when my mom is with me,
everything's good.
I save a lot of money.
Estamos lindos.
Even the heaviest control problems. Visit NorthShore.com.
8-3 Brewers as we go to the 9th inning, and Liam Hicks will lead things off for the Marlins. Craig Yoho trying to finish this one off for the Crew. First pitch to Hicks, missed outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Liam Hicks today 1 for 3. Infield single back in the 2nd inning. Here is a pop-up foul and out of play down the 3rd baseline. 1 ball and 1 strikes. Hicks infield single back in the 2nd was actually a bunt single up the 3rd baseline. It was a perfect bunt by Hicks. That was what really kind of got that inning going after the leadoff double. That was the 3 spot put up by the Marlins. They led 3-0. It's been all Brewers ever since. The 1-1. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Yoho's 2nd inning of relief. Kicks and the 1-2 pitch, and it hit him. Sweeper came in and clipped him in the foot. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Marlins here in the top of the 9th inning. Hit batters sponsored by Havish, and Rotier. Being hit at the plate or in a car can be a serious matter. Havish, and Rotier, Wisconsin strong for 95 years. With 13 statewide locations, Havish, and Rotier, national reputation, hometown service. So the leadoff man aboard here for the Marlins. And now here's Leo Jimenez, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI single back in the 2nd inning. First offering to Jimenez is inside. It's 1-0. Brewers have a little margin for error here in this 9th inning. Yoho's 1-0 pitch. That missed inside with a sinker. It goes to 2-0 on Jimenez. But you don't want to mess around too much. 5-run lead, you feel good, but stranger things have happened. And so you'd like to just thwart any kind of thoughts of a rally that the Marlins might have. This has been a scrappy team all season long. 2-0 pitch. And that missed inside. It goes to 3-0. Marlins have lost 4 in a row. Remember, they were swept by Cleveland going into the All-Star break, and then, of course, lost last night in extra innings. So the Brewers 3 outs away from sending them to their 5th straight loss. 3-0 missed inside. He walked him, and now the Brewers will get Trevor McGill up in the bullpen. So a hit batter and a walk. And now the Marlins have at least the start of something here in this 9th inning, and Chris Hook is on his way out to come chat with Craig Yoho. Now, Craig has been really good since he was called back up by the Brewers. What has plagued him a little bit in the past, Josh, has been command issues and strike throwing. This is the first time since he's been up that we've seen him struggle with strike throwing at all, and this is a very small little sample here to start this inning.
Yeah, it's almost like that hit batter just kind of threw him out of whack a little bit. He got out of kilter mechanically for those 4 pitches to Leo Jimenez. Chris Hook is so good when it is a mechanical thing of pointing it out. You can make that correction hopefully here without having to use another pitcher, you'd love to have Yoho finish and get these last 3 outs.
So before Conine hits, 10 for ID on the Brewers Radio Network. Craig Yoho's first pitch to Griffin Conine, missed inside with a sinker. It's 1-0. With Josh Maurer and Kent Sommerfeld, Lane Grindle with you here. Top of the 9th inning in Milwaukee. An 8-3 Brewers lead, but 2 on and nobody out for the Marlins. Yoho out of the stretch. The 1-0 pitch to Griffin Conine. Swing and a miss at that changeup, and it's 1-1. First 2 have reached after Yoho worked a 1-2-3 8th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a fly ball. Left center field. Churio going back at the track wall. It is gone. A 3-run home run for Griffin Conine. He homered last night. He is now homered in 3 consecutive games. And the Marlins are within 2. It is 8-6 Milwaukee. That was a sinker. It was right down the middle, and Conine sent it out into the Brewers bullpen. And one would think that Trevor McGill is probably coming into this game. Contreras may go out and chat with Yoho for a moment just to buy a little bit of time. But Pat Murphy is up and out of the dugout, and that is going to be it for Craig Yoho. So Yoho, who had been on a roll of late, can't finish this one off, and now the Brewers will bring McGill in a save situation with a 2-run lead and nobody out here in the 9th. It is an Ironworkers Local 8 pitching change. American Family Field was built by Ironworkers Local 8. Join their team for industry-leading wages and benefits. Learn more at IWL8.org. That's IWL8.org. 8-6, Brewers.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Tip of the cap, and now here we go. He gets Larry Walker. And here he is. He's going to face him right-handed. Why not? He looks like a catcher hitting. And now he's back to the left side. And a 2-out walk. So Walker reaches base after that first pitch. It was like the flyby here right after the anthem.
Because we're boy owned.
Well, Trevor McGill is on for a Wisconsin Dental Association Dental Savings Club save opportunity. When the game is on the line, the Brewers rely on their elite bullpen. When your oral health is on the line, rely on a WDA member dentist. To find a WDA dentist near you, go to WDA.org. I always joke about the Brewers only playing close games, and that has ended up being the case again here today. They had an 8-3 lead coming into this top of the 9th inning, but a 3-run home run allowed by Craig Yoho, and there is still nobody out, but the bases are empty. And Trevor McGill is taking over on the mound for the Brewers. He has 14 saves and 16 opportunities this year. This will be his 39th appearance. 2.92 ERA on the season for Trevor McGill. He'll get 9-1-2 for the Marlins here. Joe Mack to start this backup for the Marlins, and hopefully for McGill to shut this down. So Mack, a left-handed hitter, has driven in a run today. He's officially 1 for 3 in this contest. McGill's first offering to him is a little bit tall, and it's 1-0. So this one got tight in the blink of an eye. Brewers, though, very comfortable in close games late. This is what this bullpen has been about. Shutting the door in situations just like this one. The 1-0 pitch and a swing and a foul off the ear of Contreras on back to the backstop. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Mack will take a second to readjust his batting gloves. And now slowly climbs back into the box. McGill out of the stretch here. Lifts the leg in the pitch, and he nailed the outside edge. It's 1-2. McGill has been on a roll as of late. Brewers hoping that momentum and that roll continues at least through this outing. Again, when you looked at the pitching probables coming into this series, you knew you were getting the 3 horses that the Marlins run at you with Alcantara, Meyer, and then DeMauro Perez. To take the first 2 would be quite an accomplishment for the Brewers. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a curveball. Big first out for Trevor McGill. Ortho ASAP strikeout. And there's one away now as Otto Lopez comes to the plate. That is a big first out for McGill. You keep that tying run in the on-deck circle. That's where they want to keep him. Brewers won their 60th game of the season last night, fastest in franchise history. The pitch swung on and fouled back into the net, and it's 0-1 on Lopez. McGill looks in. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after a curveball down and away. It snowballs in 2 strikes. Lopez 1 for 3 today. Has driven in a run on a sac fly back in the 2nd inning. No balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man for the Marlins. The pitch. And he missed a little bit low with that curveball. Lopez didn't offer. It is 1-2. Brewers trying to put that series in Pittsburgh to end the first half behind him. Manwood winning the first 2 coming out of the break feel good for the Crew. Cubs have already won today, trying to stay 6 games up in the division. Here's the 1-2 to Lopez, and a chopper foul. He just got a piece of that curveball that was down below the zone. And Lopez still alive at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fairbanks getting loose in the Marlins bullpen just in case. McGill's 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play, first base side. Stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lopez steps out of the box. He is battling here. Fouling off some pitches, staying alive, extending this at bat. This will be the 6th pitch of this battle. McGill throws that baseball out of play and gets a new one sent out to him. Trevor looks in. The 1-2 pitch. And a ground ball to third. Backhanded by Ortiz. Fires across in time to take care of Lopez for the 2nd out. Bowers had to come across the bag and make that catch in foul territory, but he held the bag and they got him. And there's 2 down, and the Brewers an out away from winning this series and setting themselves up for a chance to go for a sweep tomorrow. It'll be Heriberto Hernandez for Miami. This is a hitter that has been a thorn in the Brewers' side the last couple of years, but the best he could do is pull the Marlins within a run. McGill has kept that tying run in the on-deck circle since he came in. First pitch to Hernandez. He is in there with a strike on a fastball at 97 on the outside edge. It is 0-1. Hernandez, a right-handed hitter. Everybody here at American Family Field on their feet, trying to will McGill through this final out and to keep their first place Brewers 6 games up in the NL Central. Here's the 0-1 and a swing and a miss. He swung through a fastball at 99, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. McGill looks in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Big hop for Pratt. Pats the glove. Fires to first in time, and the Brewers have taken the first 2 against the Marlins here this weekend. They can go for a sweep tomorrow afternoon. 8-6 your final. The Brewers win it and come from behind fashion today. And the Brewers take down the Fish, and they can get greedy on Sunday afternoon. We're back to tell you all about it after this on the Brewers Radio Network.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
What if a customer slips and falls on your property? What if sparks from an employee's grinder cause a...
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one, left center field. It is gone! Number 16, time and again in clutch time. Pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday in bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down 1 to up 1.
On the ground and backing up, Bichette. He will two-hop it over, and he is able to get Bohm. Looks at the wall, it's gone! Into the trees for the 9-hole hitter, Francisco Alvarez.
Strike 3 called inside corner to end the inning. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings.
Beatty swings and drives one right field to the wall. He'll turn and watch it fly. Brett Beatty, a solo home run, gives the Mets a 2-0 lead. To left, Marsh going back, it's over his head. He turns and it's gone. It's snuck over the railing and left. Francisco Alvarez with his 2nd home run of the game. The Mets have clipped Nola twice in the inning.
Off the bat of Trey Turner, deep to left field, and that ball is gone. Home run for Trey Turner, number 11 on the year.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. His 14th save this season and the 100th save of his major league career.
Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Miller time. People think it just happens, but that's not true. You know what you gotta do? You gotta go say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Forget the couch. Go to that thing. Play the game. See them in person. Talk to that stranger. Live a little. Small acts of rebellion that bring us together. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
When you choose Blue Moon, everything becomes brighter. Every sip of their Belgian-style wheat ale is crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic. Blue Moon Light is a wheat beer brewed with real tangerine peel for exceptional taste at only 95 calories. And Blue Moon Non-Alcoholic is everything you love about Blue Moon without the alcohol. Check your local stores for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
On the baseball field, the skilled players get paid the most. The same is true in construction. Some of the most skilled players building our roads, solar farms, and stadiums are the men and women of the Wisconsin operating engineers. If you are ready to step up to a job where you can earn more without college debt and operate equipment like cranes, excavators, bulldozers, and drones, you're ready to join the team of Wisconsin operating engineers today at join139.com.
Step up to the plate. It's Quick Trip's Around the Bases contest with Store Candy. Stop into your neighborhood Quick Trip and purchase any Werther's or Mamba product with Quick Rewards for your chance to win cash. Be sure to try Werther's Original, Mamba Magic Sticks, or Mamba Berry Tasty. Details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. No purchase necessary. Don't sit on the sidelines. Grab your favorite Werther's or Mamba product, fuel up, and get in the game to win big this Brewers season. Quick Trip and Store Candy, proud partners of the Brewers Radio Network.
Well, Brewers win at 8-6 here today over the Marlins. They have now won this series. They'll go for a sweep tomorrow afternoon. And Josh, we need our Smart 18 player of the game.
Two of them today for you, Lane, because nobody's stopping me. Yeah. Shane Drowan for the work he did on the mound, especially after that frustrating second inning. Could have easily gone sideways. It never did. He was great the rest of the outing. And then I'm going to go Braden Shoemake.
Yeah.
Mr. Shoemake was on base a total of 2 times. Because of that scoring change, I'm giving him a co-player of the game. He had 2 hits and a big sac fly. And you said it when he hit that double that started the go-ahead rally. Wouldn't it be cool if he was a big part of the story? I think he certainly was.
He was not even supposed to be in the starting lineup today. Bryce Terang was a late scratch. That put Shoemake in there. And Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Keds, it doesn't matter. You're Shoemake. He's our Shoemake. Earn more. Build a long-term career in the trade. Smart 18, Wisconsin Sheet Metal Workers Union. Learn more at smart18.work. That's really fun to see Braden Shoemake have the impact he had today for the Brewers. That's going to do it for us here today. We're back with you tomorrow, though. The On Deck Show built by Menards will get underway at 12:35, followed by the game at 1:10. Brewers and Marlins, Game 3. Eury Perez will go for the Marlins. He is a tough customer. Robert Gasser, the left-hander, will go for the Crew. Our producer and engineer has been Kent Sommerfeld. I'm Lane Crindle, inviting you to stay tuned. Josh Maurer has the Potawatomi Casino Hotel post-game show coming up. Again, the final score here today, Brewers 8 and the Marlins 6. Have a great rest of your Saturday, everybody. This has been a presentation of the Brewers Radio Network.
It's a winning explosion at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, Winplosion rockets in, bursting with $300,000 in cash and reward play. For your shot at winning, just play with your rewards card. Then join us for the Thursday night prize drawings. Plus, every Winplosion entry also counts toward the big WinFest Grand Finale in September. It's Winplosion. Big bang, big bucks. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Smart 18 is the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers. And a Smart 18 partnership comes with a powerful advantage for business owners. You'll have access to a highly skilled workforce and enhanced training and safety programs, which means less turnovers and headaches. Plus, Smart